Try that again. Right, there we go. For once, my microphone's working. That's the main thing. Is anybody out there? Trying to get Discord stop working. I don't know why Discord isn't working. I can hear you now. Yeah. Hello. Is Discord back? Discord's back to being loud. Okay. Yes. Give me a sec. Right. So, yes. Sorry about that. As always, sound issues. I've only got 2 players in the party at the moment. That's a bit disconcerting. But anyway, we'll get going. We'll see what happens. See what they talk about. I'm dreading to think what they're going to be talking about. Hello. Right. Not
Please,
everyone's
Mr.
in yet.
GM, sir, can I play, sir?
Yeah.
That'll cause chaos, but there you go.
Sorry about that. There you go. Try now. I forgot someone else playing. Right. Well, I'm tethered to my desk because I suddenly realised I forgot to charge my headphones. So that's half the fun. And I can hear voices, but I've only got 2 characters. I know why. For one, and it doesn't look like Bert's yet.
Still not. Why?
Let's see how long I last. I'll unhook the cable because it's putting me slightly right.
I was distracted. I was typing things in the chat.
So, you have successfully fought off a stone giant raid on Sandpoint.
And I get to stay till the end of the session.
We didn't kill the dragon, and that's kind of frustrating.
Do you know what? Okay, I have to put my grumpy head on for this. But yeah, so have we? Did we not just fail it though?
They not what? Sorry?
Did we not just fail?
What makes you think we failed?
Because we don't know what I mean. But the notes said that they were coming to get a thing. Did they get the thing? Don't we have to go and search it?
We've just not finished succeeding.
Yeah, we can track the ones that grabbed people from the Scarnetti Manor. The one that seemed to be like heading for something and searching for something was the leader, and we took him down. And I think was he one of the ones that was?
He hasn't died.
That's what I thought. He's out, but not dead. Maybe we should ask him pointed questions, or ask him questions with pointy things.
I think they made a point of not absolutely outright killing him for that reason.
Well, I can't ask questions at the moment because Bert's dragon sold me by the seat of my underpants upside down, so I can't kill him.
Why is that then?
But he should die. Just thought I'd point you that out.
No, because Bert is stopping Dondrad from killing him, so that we can ask him questions first.
Oh, I see.
Yes. Being a dwarf, I can't really argue with the fact that it's a dragon holding me with my seat on my underpants upside down. I mean,
fair enough.
Dragon wedgie, that's serious.
Are you telling me that dwarves wear underwear? I would have thought they weren't.
Chainmail underwear.
Yeah,
it makes that wedgie so much worse.
That would be kind of effeminate for a dwarf.
By the way, while I'm hanging in here, I'd just like to point out that that 4 storm giants came up the south and they went into a building, totally thrashed it, and then ran away. What was that about?
That was the brewery.
Yeah,
aye. I know, but where's the rum gone?
The rum's always gone.
That was the 2-night brewery. Sandpoint. Basically, Sandpoint's taverns offer a wide variety of spirits. They all proudly serve mead, ale, and rum brewed at the 2-night brewery. The brewery was established by 2 brothers, both worshippers of Abadar and cousins of the mayor, only a few years after Sandpoint was founded. Their expertise at brewing has only increased over the years. Tragically, Wade Deverin was one of the first of the Chopper's victims during that unfortunate period. A murder that has shaken the faith of his brother, Gavin Deverin. Locals whisper that since Wade's death, the brew hasn't simply tasted as good, but they would never have dared say it to his face. Never dare say it to his face. Well, the brewery's totally trashed.
What you get?
We're going to need to go after. We're going to need to see if anything seems to have been taken from the Scarnetti Manor other than the Scarnettis, and track down the people that were taken. Do we leave the stone giant captives with the watch to question in the meantime, or do we want to question them ourselves?
Off their heads.
Look, Stunty, we want to find out why they came here, don't we? It weren't just to kill a load of folks. You can kill them later, but find out stuff first. Questions now, axes later.
That's put the dwarf in his place. So, yes. So, yes, obviously there's the remains of the brewery well, the brewery's collapsed in itself, and it's as represented by the creator artwork. And there was the raid on the Scarnetti Manor.
And people were taken
You
from
do
that.
have 3 prisoners, stone giant prisoners, 2 stone giants, and what you think was the leader of the attack.
Well, the leader is the one we want to question.
The fire. Dondrad's bucket chain's got the fires under control, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Yes,
I mean,
yes,
I did threaten to hit a few people. I mean, I'm sure that it uncharacteristically worked.
I'm sure I can help by carrying dragon loads full.
And indeed, Bert can breathe ice.
Which also helps.
So, first things first, get fires out, chain these bloody giants up, and we ask them a few pointed questions, or questions with pointy things, if that's what you prefer, Stunty. Then we need to go and rescue those folks, what got taken from Scarnetti Manor, though we should probably check Scarnetti Manor out first to see if anything else has been nicked other than people.
Okay, so well the files what's okay. The raid begins. Let's have a look at the aftermath. So yeah. So basically the files are under control, so you want to interrogate one of the giants, do you?
I think, well, Rannick wants to interrogate a giant. He also wants to track the giants that took people from Scarnetti Manor, but because the giants were here to look for something, we should also see if anything like obvious has been taken from Scarnetti Manor as well.
I could fly a circuit to see if I can see where they've gone.
That's not a bad idea. At the risk of causing problems, why don't we split up? Somebody can go check out Scarnetti Manor. Someone can just go and see if they can see where giants have gone. Those of us that like the idea of asking questions can ask the questions. Who wants to do what?
Well, maybe the flying ones should do a flyover of the Scarnetti Manor, while those of us who are earthbound.
Yep, I'm happy to do the flying scouty thing. I mean, giants with prisoners have got to leave a fair trail behind them. I can look for that and maybe even see them from the sky and watch where they go.
Good idea, Sparkle Tits. Right. You go scouting, Reenie. I'm going to go and poke some bugger's eyes out.
Aye, Reenie, I bet they've destroyed the wild. I mean, I bet they flattened a lot of grass, I imagine, with big feet. You'd probably know about that.
I will go scouting.
Yep, sorry. Well, I remember modules. Bestiary. I'll find a bestiary. Open it up. G for giant. Stone giant. Open stone giant. That is interesting. It can't have meant stone giants because they don't have toughness 11. Unless it was a typo. No, someone just said someone put in the forums that stone giants have toughness 1, but they don't when in the bestiary. But I've just checked. They don't. I know we did have some monsters with toughness 1, but it wasn't the stone giants, was it? It was because that was back in the first adventure.
Yeah.
Okay. First stages was two stages and it's unlikely they will arrive before the giants have retrieved the wagon full of captives. Yeah. So, okay, we'll do the questioning first. So, see, the second dragon is arriving, so we can do that afterwards. Well, I have to say, Terractinus is probably not going to be the most helpful of individuals. And the other two stone giants, Terractinus is shouting and bellowing, and now he's conscious again, and he's making it quite clear that he's shouting, "Stand firm, my brothers! They cannot do naught to us. All the work, yeah, they cannot do naught to us. We will escape and pound them into paste upon the ground."
Well, you shouldn't have said that in
The other
Donrad,
two
Jerry.
giants seemed quite. The other two giants are sort of being bolstered by this.
In that case, Rannick is going to punch Terractinus in the head. By way of violent intimidation.
Well then, he should still be on the tracker.
He's still on the tracker, is he? Well, okay. I was going to go for an intimidation roll, effectively using.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, even better. Go for it.
Using the bonus for being violent. So,
be my guest, and obviously you can still do it as a test upon him, can't you?
Yes. He's just said that we can't possibly hurt him.
Yeah. You punch him hard. You punch him hard. He just looks up at you and sort of spits out a tooth and goes, "That's all you got, half orky."
Oh, that's what I'm starting with. How many teeth have you got?
1, 2.
What? How the hell do you have a giant without intimidation, for crying out loud? That's ridiculous. There's no background information for this guy. He's really annoying. It tells me what happens if you interrogate one of the other giants. But this guy's meant to be the leader. But yeah.
Well, in that case,
do us a favour, just kill him. It makes my life easier.
Well, having asked him how many teeth he's got, I will say, "Tell you what, I'll leave thee with Stunted for a bit, and then I'll wander over to one of the other."
No, I don't want to be left alone with him.
I'm not leaving you alone. We're in the same room. I'm just going to walk over to one of the other giants and lean down to one of the other giants and just whisper in his ear, "How many teeth have you got?"
I can see zooming very much in on the. Whoops. I was going to say zooming very much into the image there. I can see he's got at least 2 teeth left.
Yeah, Rannick will just go down and very gently whisper in the ear of one of the other giants. "How many teeth have you got then?"
Okay, let me let's because I'm lazy. NPCs, stone, giant.
Indoning
stone.
torches here.
I'll
Huh?
include the tracker of combatness. And then this is where it gets annoying.
Terractinus is still on the tracker. While Rannick's going on and on, Jossa's gonna pull another wand out of her many pouches, and she's gonna walk over and poke him with the wand. Can I do that?
Of course you can. In the meantime, I've targeted him for you because he's right down the bottom of the combat tracker. If you'd like to make a intimidation roll.
Do I get any bonus for having knocked the teeth out of his boss?
I think so.
Ooh, nice, with a raise. I'm gonna poke him with the shock stick. Maybe that'll soften him up.
They've not been updated, as far as I'm aware. I'll sort them out later.
Oops, we incapped him.
Well,
Damn it, I didn't mean to
completely
like.
empty that into a tankard.
Well,
Not that,
he's unconscious. You zap him and he's unconscious again, but he will recover. Okay.
Right. Put them back.
Watching Terractinus go out and the injured giant frowns and then chuckles to itself.
You can put one extra one in the tankard for your overall balance of today. You don't need any in there. Because I would be emptying it.
I was just poking him this off spot.
Can you mute yourself for a moment, babe?
Sorry, I had my finger over it. I thought that was doing the job. But obviously it isn't. I apologise.
The injured giant squints, frowns and chuckles to itself. Defeated by nosy little humanoids. Never thought this would happen to the plateau people. Well, I can tell you this. My lord is mighty Mokmorian, one of the dark giants of old, come again. His magic, the things he made, he convinced the tribes that they will rule the lowlands again, down to the sea. He has mastered the ancient arts. He will certainly kill you all, run rough over your tiny homes with the army he has called. The fortunate few will become his slaves. You beat us today, but you won't beat us when there are 100 or 1,000 of the plateau people marching together. Lord Mokmorian will make it happen. He's almost as smooth talker as you are, little one. He scratches his nose. Terractinus was our leader of our scouting party. He convinced us you'd be easy pickings and we'd all get rich. He obviously underestimated you, and he's paying for his mistake. I've no interest in paying for that mistake as well. Grant me safe passage out of your lands and I'll tell you everything you wish to know.
Safe
Somebody
passage.
play Villainous for Bossy on him?
Safe passage might not be ours to grant.
You're the Heroes of Sandpoint. You can probably pull it off.
What do you say, Stunty?
What?
He says if we let him go, he'll tell us everything we want to know.
He does add, I would also suggest you don't, and he points at the unconscious Terractinus. I do suggest you don't let him go.
Well, we have no intention to.
Promise me safe passage and I'll tell you everything you need to know. Well, you are heroes and goodly folk like you keep your word once given, as long as it's not the dwarf.
Safe passage.
Tell me very much.
Well, just basically allow him to leave the city. I give you my word, I will not attack anyone until I reach my destination, and there I will await the orders of Mokmorian.
Aye, and what will you? So you'll be going to see Mokmorian, will you? And what will you be telling him when you get there?
Grant me safe passage, and I'll answer any of your questions.
You answer me questions, and I promise you, I will not harm you if you try to leave.
But what about those of your friends? I'm not going to fall for that one.
Oh, I won't hurt you none. You've done surrendered, and that's a good thing. So I ain't gonna hurt you none.
Like you said,
if I promise not to, I will not come back to this place.
like you said, you won't trust the word of Stunty anyway, so I can't talk for him. Well, I doubt Sparkle Tits could do much with you unless she's poking you with one of her wands, and I don't think you're worth the trouble. As for Rini, don't think you killed any animals, so you're probably safe with her. Now, for rest of folk in town, best I can do is say that we'll give you a head start. I mean, I'm not in charge of them or out like that.
So, what do you want to ask him?
Who is this Morian bugger then?
I already told you. He's our lord and leader. He promised us glory and riches. And though our raid on your town didn't go so well, that's because Terractinus was a fool. When Mokmorian marches down from the Storvo Plateau, he will take from you everything.
How do you know this Mokmorian won't just kill you out of hand when you come back a failure?
Because I will tell him how a bunch of heroes defeated him. Defeated Tinus.
So this Mokmorian, him and whose bloody army. I mean, how many giants has he got? For that matter, I mean, you stone giants, you're not really known for, like, well, maraudering and that. You mostly keep to yourselves on Stovall Plateau. Why the bloody hell are you coming down here anyway?
Wait, do you want to ask those? Well, you've asked an awful lot of questions there. Which one do you want answered first?
Well, you know, just have a talk it out, whatever order you like. I mean, they're my questions.
How many? Well, you said how many giants? He has at least 7 tribes under his command, with each tribe numbering in the dozens. The numbers of lesser kin he's conscripted, ogres, hill giants, ettings, trolls, is not insignificant. He also enjoys the support of several lamias, degenerate followers of the Mother of Monsters. What else did you ask?
Here now, isn't there?
Why are they attacking?
Why are they attacking what?
Well, why are they wanting to come out into Galarian and smash everything?
Aye, what was the point? What was the point of Sandpoint? I mean,
It is his destiny as one of. It is his destiny as. I've lost what he is. Sorry, hang on. Is this his
but I
destiny
don't understand.
as one of the ancient lords to rule the land again? He is retaking his birthright.
why attack Sandpoint? You could have went to well, if your army's so powerful, you could have went straight for Magnamar. So what's so important about Sandpoint?
Well, that was because Tarantinius had to retrieve a piece of the old light.
See, now we're getting to the bit. So what's the old light?
I can't say, but he did mention having a special mission, but he didn't tell me why he needed it. He didn't tell any of us. My people's elders have ways of prying secrets on the stones. Perhaps the stones knew something that Lord Mokmorian needed to learn.
Well, maybe. So, how long have we got then?
I'm not sure. He has sent several scouting parties, of which my band was but one, into the lowlands to gather intelligence. He does this to prepare his coming attack. His fury will come soon, perhaps even by the month's end.
Oh, lovely. So, and, well, these 7 tribes he's got. I mean, 7 tribes of giants, not easy to hide. Where has he got them?
Mokmorian has claimed a place taboo to my people, the Valley of the Black Tower in the Iron Peaks. He calls his fortress Jorgenfist, after the name of the fortress that guards the entrance to the afterlife. Our elders found the name blasphemous, but Mokmorian is powerful enough not to fear blasphemy.
Do I know roughly how far away the Iron Peaks are?
Hang on, yes. Cut 300 miles.
Okay. So roughly how long is that, say, well, on horseback, taking horse speed and giant speed to be about the same?
Well, walking pace, because that's what I know it is. Pace 6, it's a 15-day journey. So horses, they 12, so 7.5.
Okay, so if he might be attacking by the end of the month, we've probably got a fortnight before we need to leave to try and stop anything. If we want to intercept 7 tribes of giants, that'll be fun.
Well, don't we have these ones from this manor to track first? Maybe we better off getting them and picking them up before they join up.
So how do we get to this Jorgenfist place then? I mean, Iron Peaks aren't exactly small.
Jorgenfist lies within the Valley of the Black Tower in the Iron Peaks. It overlooks the waters of the Mushkai River, but can also be approached by heading east from the Storval Stairs. Lord Mokmorian himself dwells deep below Jorgenfist, in hidden places he does not allow us to visit.
Well, I'm glad you're really confident that we're not just going to go up there and kill this Lord McMorian.
Well, as I say, he is one of the ancient lords. You would not be able to.
Yeah.
In fact,
look,
you
what-
don't
what-
even know what McMorian is.
All right, then. What is McMorian? Go on, tell us. Make me scared.
I have only heard him speak from afar, and I have only heard from the other of the power of his magic. He's the rarest of us all, a child of the stones who has mastered the magic of the ancient lords. They say he can turn the living into immobile stone, and his own flesh into granite armour. I've even heard he can cause the very stones of the world to quicken, and put those who stand atop them into a tomb below the earth. But I'm sure he can do much more than that. Again, as I say, he is one of the ancient lords from long ago returned.
Well, aren't you the one full of faith? You've heard all of this from other people. What was it like? Your uncle's best friend's niece's husband's whatever told you about it, or sounds like blinking. I don't know.
I have answered your questions. Now let me leave.
Sounds like Chilaxian whispers to me.
Oh, I've got to give you one for Chilaxia.
I'll let you leave, but like I said, can't control what any bugger else does. Excuse me, just a moment.
You will escort me back to one of the bridges, and from there I can leave.
Aye, yeah, we can do that. Not a problem. Rannick is going to go to one of the guards, because presumably there are watch guards here, and say, right, this bugger's leaving because he's given us some information. I'm going to escort him to the bridge, and as a show of good faith, I'm going to leave my weapons here. And Rannick takes his weapons, including this quiver with those giant bane arrows in. Right, I'll just leave them with you. Come on then, giant.
Why don't we just get? Hang on, wait a minute. Why don't we just get the people in the town to stone them to death? Seems appropriate.
No, this game's so much easier with alignments because then obviously they have to stick to them when they give their word. I'm applauding you, by the way. That's absolutely fine.
I never said a word. I never agreed to anything.
I know.
Rannick is neutral, and he's vengeful, and he's kept his word.
Mate, I'm only teasing. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind. I think it's brilliant. Indeed,
I'm just going to say,
you escort him to the bridge. He walks.
I'd just like to point out. Do you know that big speech I gave?
He's just on the edge of the forest when the giant bane arrow hits him between the shoulder blades. He goes down instantly.
I will go back to the guard and say, "Yeah, that weren't very sporting of you. That's cost me a bloody magic arrow, that has."
He says, "Well, that's why you left him here, wasn't it?"
Well, you might think that. I couldn't possibly comment.
Copyright. Right. Okay. That just leaves us to the dragons. So you, Bert might not know this, but you're heading up. So basically, which way are you headed? Are you heading down to the manor, or are you just heading up and above to see if you can spot them?
I think I'll go with up and above to see if I can spot them first.
Yeah, you make a notice check. I mean, it's a lot of forest down there. Yeah, no problem. I mean, at the end of the day, 5 stone giants pulling a large wagon filled to the brim with prisoners and loot is not exactly the easiest thing to move quietly in concealment. In the meantime, you can see that Scarnetti in the distance. Also, you can see that Scarnetti Manor has burned down.
Okay.
So they just Okay.
You should probably turn my off.
Right. So yeah, what do you want to do? I'm assuming you and Bert are flying together. For the record.
Yeah, before Bert takes off, he's going to blow a little ice on the two fires. The glassworks is probably already destroyed from the previous fire, but he's going to blow a little ice on both of the fires to kind of help put the fires out.
Oh, good call. I like that. Let's deal with those, shall we? That fire goes out. Along with this, that one, and that one, and that one. There we go. The only thing you can't really cure is the loss of the brewery. No problem at all. Okay. Okay. So they're quite a way ahead of you. So I suppose the ironically best way to possibly do this, especially as I was toying with it, but I'm not doing it that way. So I need to go assets.
Call it a quick encounter, then it's really easy to do.
That's true. I was thinking you might do it as a chase, but
Either works.
try forest then. Forest path, that would be the best. No, forest will do. I think might have to be a quick encounter after all. Can't remember how to do that. There we go. Create an image record. That will do. Forest with a stream. That's absolutely fine. There isn't a grid on it, so we'll put a grid on. How wide is it? It is 2,000 across. So if we can go down to about that should do. There's a nice grid. Go back to play mode, and then all I need to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. And then all I need to do is I need to put Bert the dragon and Irina the dragon in their spots, and then I need to put the encounter on, which I don't think I've done. I'm going to remove Terran. Never say his bloody name. Reminds me of.
Take all the various effects off of us too.
Just call him Mr. T or something.
Stone Giant T. Okay, that's off.
Oh,
The shape change on.
The shape changes won't go. The protections will go.
So if you spot this if you spot this wagon, do we have to go tearing off of it right, like straight away?
No.
2 dragons versus 5 stone dragons. I'm sure they can deal with it.
I reckon so.
Just got to, God knows how long. Clearing up.
It's just I'm confused because A, I want a snooze, and B, I want to kill them.
And decide which one you want more.
Gotta be careful I don't delete Schnookem's accounts. It's always annoying when I delete Schnookem's accounts. I don't get rid of Bert with double phobias is quite horrifying, really. Okay, we'll put Stone Giants on there. The wagon. Okay. Stone Giants have a pace of 7. And you have a pace of 24, so I think you'll probably catch him quite fast.
Mm-hmm.
Enable chase.
+2 to your maneuver roll.
Pardon?
+2 to their maneuver rolls.
Exactamundo. Okay, so then I just need to put Jelsa on hold, Dondrad on hold, Rannick on hold, and that's it. And the stone giants are first. Right, well, it's quite straightforward, really. Oh, it's going to be...
I'm probably being stupid, but that map's covered everything. How do I get to everything behind it?
Minimise it.
Hold down control and then move your mouse. That'll do stuff.
Minimising seems to minimise the entire fantasy grounds. Hold on.
But if you hold down control of the window and then drag it, it lets you resize the window. So you can then drag the window down to a set size. And then if you right click and go view, zoom to fit, it will then resize the map to fit the size of the window you've created.
Or better still, just press the arrow at the top corner and it goes to wallpaper mode. Job done.
That does cause some interesting issues though, doesn't it?
Mm.
Don't know. I've always done it that way.
Okay, well, the stone giants basically can see the dragons are coming and they're throwing rocks at you. But at this range, you're probably safe.
That's why you weren't replying. I'd accidentally left the chat.
Smooth.
Yeah.
Okay. Arena the Dragon.
Okay. Sorry, what am I rolling? Athletics.
Athletics with +2 bonus because you're faster than the stone giants.
Have you remembered to turn off my conviction?
Well, no, because technically you spent a penny to keep it going, so I was feeling inclined to leave you and Bert's conviction on for this round, and you can keep it going if you want to.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you.
So that gets you 2 squares closer.
Of complication.
Okay, so actually that I forgot that. Thank you very much. I shall reward Betty's all around for pointing out I'm not paying attention. Okay, so first things first. Basically, you're trying to keep track of you're trying to keep. I need to move you back. You're trying to keep track of the stone giants, and I know that map makes it look nice and open, but in fact they are moving through dense forest, and the only way to track them is to stay quite low so you can spot them between. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, as you suddenly glance up and realise that there's a very tall tree in front of you. However, with your athletics roll of an 8 there, you just basically swoop round it without even clipping it. So you're absolutely fine. And now, you get to now make your athletics roll to see if you gain any ground on the giants. Obviously, having to sort of pull up like that to avoid the tree slowed you down slightly. And that's the problem, you see. You see, avoiding that tree basically means you lose sight of them, and although you can see Bert somewhere ahead, you're not entirely sure where they are.
But the +2 wasn't on that, so with the +2, that is moving forward 1.
Yeah,
Good
exactly.
point.
Thank you. But
are you aware that you just moved Bert and left me behind?
yes, because I'm useless.
Aw.
But basically, obviously, you and Arena were flying very close together. All of a sudden, she swoops. She suddenly goes onto a vertical climb, and you suddenly realise why. However, you just arc round the tree much more gracefully, being a silver dragon. Actually, you were as graceful as each other. Okay. Actually, no, you weren't, because you didn't get the +2 on that one. So yeah, now you get to make your pursuit roll with a +2 athletics bonus.
Okay. Get closer. What is the range for each of these squares, just out of curiosity?
5 inches. Good, Jace. So 7 gets you 1 square closer.
Well, I think I'm going to Benny that.
Okay.
Much
Don't
better.
take the +2 bonus. No?
Yeah. That gets you 2 squares closer.
Yeah, but now I'm on a complication card. Oh well, it all works out.
No, the card up there isn't the complication. It's with the card you dealt is the complication. The card up there just modifies your complication. So basically, if you get a club when you're on a club, I think it's harder. Is basically how it goes. So don't forget that you can spend cards to change stuff. So Arena is first.
Also remember, if you're doing nothing but manoeuvring around, you can get an extra +2 to your manoeuvring roll.
That is very true. I'd forgotten that.
Aye. I'm surprised they're not. They're shoot. I thought they were just going to shoot them.
Well, the stone giants threw rocks.
So,
I thought the dragons were. But
well, breath weapons have a maximum range of 12 inches, don't they?
Yeah.
And these guys are 20 inches away.
okay. That's more like it.
You 2 squares closer, which puts
Yeah.
you within breath range reach
Yeah.
of the giants. Obviously, there's a wagon as well, so I'm going to say because of that, you're fairly limited in what you can get because you can only, you know what I mean? Because you're desperately not trying to hit all the innocent people in the wagon, so you can't sort of just gouge the whole area, which is why you can only hit one giant at a time, possibly two, depending how nice I'm feeling.
I think I've got. Let me just check with my thing, but I think I've got a breath attack that doesn't actually damage, it confuses or something similar to that. Which I'm looking up.
Anyone remember how many people a minute a cone attacks nowadays? Because it's not random anymore, is it?
Yeah, I've got repulsion gas. Must make a spirit roll at -2. Sorry, -2 if I get a raise. Or they panic for D4 plus 1 turns.
Okay. You
But
go
that
for
won't
that.
continue anybody innocent. It might just cause a bit of chaos on their side, so I'll go with
I
that.
think your cone template is 3 if it's not on a map.
I think it was 3 as well, but I can never remember where the page is anymore.
You both agree, that seems likely.
I'm happy to go with 3, so you can affect 3 of the fines for stone giants.
Okie dokie. Why is that at -2?
Page 97, page 80. There it is, templates without miniatures. Cone is 3, yeah. Yeah, 2, 3, 4 for the templates, and the cone is 3. Interesting random number. Okay, make it's athletics for a breath weapon.
Okie dokie. I do not get a raise, I'm going to penny that, that's all. Oh, give me a break. Okay, my dice colour's changing. You carry on.
Breath of propulsion on my spirit roll. Okay, so basically you breathe as you fly low. The very obviously what happens there is you're coming in as you start to breathe your repulsion breath weapon. You suddenly have to avoid another annoying tree, and basically it doesn't do any good. Which brings us to the stone giants, who have a complication. Obviously, what's happened with the stone giants is I forgot to make a move last time. Obviously, what's happened with the stone giants is the wagon they're pulling hits a pothole and it gets stuck, so they're all going to have to attempt to push it out, well, pull it out with athletics. That'll be a group athletics attempt, which looks like they're going to make. Yep, they make it, no problem at all. I don't know why it's treating it as a test. We won't worry about that. Okay, so they actually are successful in getting it out. They're also going to make a group athletics roll to. Yep, they basically pull away slightly. Take that card and put it there. And the last thing they're going to do is a couple of them are going to throw rocks at each of you. Oh, I think I hit. I do believe that was a rock that hit Bert. Oh dear. Oh dear. Ouch.
Mean.
Bert soaks 2 of the 4 wounds. Are you okay with that, or do you want to try again?
I think I want to try one more time.
Okie dokie.
Yep, I guess 2.
Our sound effects are not working today. I don't know why. Okay. And now I'm just going to throw some rocks at Arena. Who's closer? And then I'm going to pick up the wrong map. And then I'm not going to pick up a dice. There we go. Okay, well, that's the end of that. That brings us to Bert, the very angry dragon, who is going to possibly come crashing to the ground.
I'm shaken. I can still move. I just can't perform any actions. So I will perform my free move.
Glide, yeah.
Glide, right. While I shake this off.
That gets you 1 square because you get a +2 if you're not doing anything else.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And that will
Okay.
be my turn.
That brings us up to Arena the Dragon.
It does. Is that chase complication at me?
Mm-hmm.
It is indeed. So I'm just moving everyone back a bit. So, yes, I'm afraid so. What happens here is, basically, what happens here is one of the rocks that was thrown at Bert misses Bert and suddenly comes hurtling towards you.
I see. Well then.
So you just need to make an athletics roll to avoid it. Fortunately, you're
Here's
not
the
getting any
question.
penalties.
If a failure counts as a critical failure, does that mean I can't Benny a failure?
No.
Okay. And
No,
also,
it doesn't mean you can't. It doesn't mean you can't Benny it. It just means you suffer as if you'd critically failed.
or am I still at +2?
Not on your evasion rolls. No, you're only getting +2 because you're faster than the stone giants.
Okay. What is this? A maneuvering roll? Right. Fair enough. Oh, looks like
No problem. You're no problem at all there. So you avoid the boulder that didn't hit Bert with ease, and now you can continue bearing down on them if you so wish.
This is the one you get +2 on.
This is the one you get +2 on.
Thank you.
+4 if you don't want to do anything else this round and just basically go for the speed. But to be honest, at this range, you're better off taking the +2 and breathing.
I agree.
It gets you 5, so you can most certainly
Try that
breathe on
same.
one of- Yeah, you can try the same stunt again. You
Did you
can
say it was
you'll-
athletics?
It's an athletics to breathe a breath weapon, yeah. As a dragon. Oh, here we go. Okay, so the 3 of them gets an agility check to avoid it.
Yeah.
Looks like one of them's going to make it, but the other 2 aren't. So the easiest thing to say here is basically panic means they literally flee. So for intensive purposes, you chase them out. You basically panic them out of the chase is the easiest. You know what I mean? They literally leave the wagon and run. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the easiest way to, because the point is they're out of the chase and yeah, you know what I mean. That for all intents and purposes, you don't need to worry about them from a chase perspective. Okay, this time they're getting concerned that the dragons are getting closer, and all they're going to do this round is basically put everything they've got into getting the wagon, moving as fast as they can and make some distance away from you guys, which they do. But is unshaken. Considerably unshaken.
Yeah, Bert is actively going to fly to try to get closer. I need to
Okay.
get close enough for my lightning bolt, so.
That gives you an additional +2 on top of your +2 for being faster than them.
Wow.
Now I get the really big roll. Mumble, mumble.
Okay.
So 20 feet. Okay. I think that's within range of my. No, it's a cone, isn't it? Yeah, never mind.
It's only just out of range, alas. If they hadn't really made that concerted effort, you'd have caught them, I'm afraid to say. Okay, here we go. Right, the stone giants. Well, that seemed to work for them, but at the same time, they're arrogant, so they're going to throw rocks instead. Oh dear.
They've got a complication as well.
Have they? Oh, in that case, ignore that stone throwing. That complication first. I apologise. Okay. They then have to make their athletics roll to move on, which these guys are fast. I suppose you would be with dragons chasing you.
Sorry, the dog's getting on my knee.
In fact, actually, now I think they're out of range of throwing, so that's all they're going to do. But
Bert again is going to actively try to close.
scary, really. I'm going to say you guys being faster should be able to move.
Oh, Bob.
Oh, no! That's bad.
I dodged into a tree.
Whoops.
That's bad. Because that's a critical failure on a maneuver roll, which means you are out of the chase. These guys
Like I said, I dodged into a tree, and it's like, bleh.
Indeed, 113.
Are the little ribbons going around his head?
Okay. Maneuver rolls. So you obviously get because you're fine. Critical failure.
Are we in the Swede book now?
Yeah, in the Swade book because obviously I did actually.
Because we can't do chases in this bag.
I did actually create a chase deck using the adventure deck, but it's just too clunky. You know what I mean? What you really want is the ability to have double up cards. So I'm going to say that. Oh, hang on. Critical failure. Standard results of critically failing a move are listed below. You might not be out the chase actually. But okay. Walking, run, basically mounted vehicle out of control. Walking / running. Roll a die. Even number. You lose the rest of your turn and stumbles. Takes Odyssey, suffers fatigue. So you might not be out the chase. So roll a die. Any die you like. Okay. Oh, yeah, you hit a tree. But it doesn't actually put you out of the chase. You just basically bounce off a tree and it hurts and gives you some bruising.
Bert is now flying along with a lovely wreath of oak leaves around his head.
Very much so. Arena, over to you.
Is that a bird's nest on your ear? Okay. I'm going to extra move this time as I've fallen behind somewhat.
Oh, I thought that was going to be another critical fail. 2 squares gets you to there. Yeah. In fact, you know what? I'm bored. I'm going to move you to there. Next round. You are fast then. The Stone Giants. Well, the Stone Giants are thinking that it's time to... they don't like the fact that this Bronze Dragon's getting close. The two that aren't just concentrating...
Oh, but they just failed their complication roll at -2.
Oh, for crying out loud. I forgot they had a club. Okay, I shall take it back. Right, so they failed their manoeuvre. That means the vehicle goes out of control.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They might take fatigue or lose their entire turn.
Okay, back to Swade. Out of control table, 119.
Just a standard table for table you can roll on.
Yeah, as far as they're concerned, it's just a handcart, isn't it?
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, out of control. Okay, right. Basically, they ram it into a tree, which basically obviously leaves them all flustered. They're trying to sort everything out. Does mean they don't get to act, and they're currently vulnerable. Over to you, Arena. As the handcart goes smashing into a tree, two poor passengers go flying out to land in a nearby stream. But yeah,
I'm having problems. My computer's not responding at all. So, would you be willing to roll for me? I'm going to try and get close enough to use my breath weapon. So, a +2 roll this time.
I've just put a -2 in by mistake, but that gets you 1 closer, which is out of range. Unless you want to spend a penny.
I'm willing to spend a penny. I can't see what's going on because I think Fantasy Grounds is not responding. That's why. Crash.
No, I'm afraid you don't get any closer, but over to you.
Okay, Bird is going to try to shake this off and again close in.
Okay.
Location.
I've got to pull up out of these trees or something.
Okay, so -2 on that roll, so that's a 3. I'm afraid you've hit another tree.
What's the -2 for?
Because you've got
it's a diamond. Yeah.
The complication
You
on
have this
diamonds.
Yeah, complication diamonds. Make a maneuvering roll at -2 as a free action. Basically, I'm going to say what it is right ahead of you. You basically, when you recover from that last tree impact, you basically, you've got flustered around a bit, and you're flying low and fast as you can, and all of a sudden up ahead is like a stand of big elven trees. You know what I mean? Those really big. You know what I mean? And
However, he
it's
is
like a wall of wood, which is why it's harder to avoid. And as it stands, you're just going to smack into them and roll.
You can bump him in a direction of your choosing, though.
I know.
And those trees, because they're kept by elves, they've got some lovely lovely beehives on them, and they're surrounded by bees.
I'm just going to be cruel and just bump you backwards. So by the time you get back into the chase, by the time you get back, they're even further away. I hate to say it, but I think these stone giants are actually going to get away, which means you'll have to track it down.
If they decide to ditch the prisoners to get away, that because didn't they already lose 2 of them in the stream?
Yeah. Actually, they only get 1 square. If they get off the cards, then basically what I'm going to say is you've lost them in the woods, and you're going to have to track them down the old-fashioned way.
If Bert fails another maneuver roll, I want him to have to go through a barn and come out surrounded by chickens and straw.
Over to you, Bert.
Sigh. At least it's not a club this time.
You can spend pennies to get rid of cards.
Oh, sugar.
1, 2, right. 1, 2, 3. I'm giving you because you're dragons. I'm just like you. So you keep him in it, but you can see up ahead the forest is very dense, and if they get to that, you'll lose sight of him, and you'll have to track him by foot. That brings us to arena.
And I'm just back in fantasy grounds in time. So, all out moving. And I think I can actually roll it myself this time.
That's a +4 bonus if you're all out moving. That gets you 1, 2. Yep, that gets you to there.
Aha!
But unfortunately, as an all out move, that's all that's going to get you. But on the new turn, oh no! They're going to bloody get away. They're going to get away because they got jokers.
But they're going to critically fail.
That's not a critical fail. That really is not.
I'm afraid to say, unbelievable as it is, they head into the dense woods where you basically cannot spot them from the air, and cursing and annoyance, you have to basically return back to Sandpoint and admit you lost the stone giants and their hostages.
But you know what direction they're heading.
Yes, you can. Obviously, as a party, you can track them, but obviously,
I'm going to make a bloody obvious landmark right here before we leave.
No problem at all.
Were you leaving Fumits, are you?
Well, the 2 they dumped in the stream, are you going to get back?
Yes, you can certainly swing back and rescue the two from the stream, but I'm afraid the stone giants get away. Unbelievable. Are you scared?
We can probably spare 3 weeks before we definitely need to leave to head to Jorgenfist.
Well, to be honest, you can take an educated guess where they're going.
Probably Jorgenfist.
Yeah, we need to do a suicide run straight to Jorgens first.
Well, in which case, maybe we should prepare ourselves better. And maybe it'd be worth taking 2 or 3 weeks to let Jelsa do her alchemy thing.
What, is she going to brew stuff and things?
Jelsa can make magic items, and I've let her set up a little workshop in Ranix. Let her set up a workshop in his cottage.
Only gone all double.
Have I?
I think everyone has.
And
Have I?
it's not to me. It must be just to you.
Just to you.
No, that's what I mean. Try now.
Hello.
Right. Yeah. All of a sudden, you know how I say I have to. You know how I say I sometimes have to turn a setting off to stop you guys all being double. And I
Yeah.
said tonight I didn't have to do it. It suddenly turned itself on.
How rude.
Dun dun dun.
Right. So, yeah. So basically, yeah. Looks like if you want to save those poor people, you need to get going.
We do.
You fly back. Obviously, oh joy! I'm going to have to sit here with a cable in, hoping my headphones don't cut out. No, looks like they're going. Oh dear. Very annoying when I forget to. Is everyone still there?
I'm still here, yeah.
Yeah. It's very annoying when I forget to I forget to turn off my wireless headphones, and they just spend 12 hours training when I'm at work. Anyhow. So
Then I thought we need to heal Bert, get our horses, and start chasing.
Okay. Well, healing of Bert's not a problem. There is a temple there. Also, it doesn't. Basically, by the time the dragons get
first.
back, it does turn out that it would appear that Devin, what's his name? I closed the map earlier, didn't I? Where are we? Return to Sandpoint. Day. The raid begins. Fear or death. Aftermath. There, come on. Fear or death. Aftermath. Gavin Deveron appears to have been taken.
That's the beer brother, isn't it?
It is.
Probably want him for his brewing skills.
Hmm.
They seem to like drinking.
Then
Well,
I
don't
guess,
forget, him and his brother were priests of Adabar.
which is the priest of commerce, and that kind of, that's
They
green.
were always they always wore their holy symbols proudly upon their chests.
Yeah, god of commerce. That's going to come under greedy souls, isn't it?
Okay, so the journey to Jorgenfist. So everyone heals up. If you're injured and fatigued, you have time to rest up and stuff.
Yay for Bert.
If you're that beat up, then obviously you need to. Even with the giants have got a wagon, so and you've got horses, and you're traveling faster than they are, so you in theory can catch them, even if going through the woodlands if you try and track them down. Or the other option is where they're headed, so assuming they don't harm too many of the prisoners before you get there, you can probably try and get to Jorgenfist before them, but that's up to you. But anyway,
if we can work out what their route is likely to be, why don't we just try and get ahead of them and cut them off?
That sounds like a brilliant idea.
okay. Well, the most logical way to take the journey is up the Lost Coast Road over to Ember Lake. And at this point, I'm thinking, I have a map, but I don't. But it is in the Varia. But anyway, over to Ember Lake, then up to Galduria, then Wolfseer, then Ravensmoor, and then finally you reach the Stovall Stairs.
Okay. With a survival roll for tracking them, is there a chance that we can get ahead of them and cut them off in that case?
Probably.
Then I shall give that a go, if I may.
Be my guest.
And they are humanoids, are they not?
Holy hell! What happened?
What the hell?
What happened there?
Lady the dog. She leant on my computer. I'm sorry.
They're turned into 50,000 owls.
I think that's enough.
If you made your tracking roll in the middle of that, I didn't notice it.
Sorry.
I hadn't made it, but you know what? I'll stick with an 11, I think.
Okay.
Che, you made it right mess of that.
Whenever depending obviously who my mum's writing emails to, but if my mum's writing emails to people who like cats, if the cat walked across the keyboard, she'd leave it in the email. Okay. There's the Verizian Gulf. There's Verizia. There's Magnamar. Would be helpful. Oh, hang on. What did it say? Oh, there you go. Share that. It's a big map, so I'm hoping the client view gets you in. There's the Storval Plateau over there, so you're there, aren't you? So up the Lost Coast Road to Ember Lake, I assume that is. And logically, then you're heading up some. You're probably. I would say that's the Stovall Stair there, possibly. That looks quite impressive. But anyway, basically you're headed that way. All told. It would be nice if I had a map. It would be nice if I had a map with more names on it than that one. But anyway. Okay. Yeah, you reckon? Yeah, obviously, by going up, they were going through the woods, so you reckon you can catch them. But heading down the Lost Coast Road, you don't have to slow down going through the woods, so you should be able to catch them somewhere before they reach Ember Lake.
Well, let's try and do that. And
by the lake itself. Let's see if I've got a lake, shall we? I do.
By the way, there's a geological barrier between here and the civil plains.
talking about that escarpment there.
Yeah, it's on a higher elevation. So there's 4 or 5 different waterfalls, of which that's why the dam is where the dam is built that we went to is actually built on an old waterfall.
Mm.
See, I know me rocks.
You certainly do. Okay, I've just turned Arena into Bert.
I didn't know.
Now stop it.
People.
Arena is also a space of 1, and then let's put Arena back on the map. There we go. That's Arena back on the
Can
map.
change into a half orc, I believe.
Well, yes, I know I can, but I'm not supposed to check specific ones.
Mm.
There's Bert, and there's Schnucks. Okay, so what I need now is that encounter back, don't I? Okay, the raid begins. Looting of Scarlet Manor, the encounter. Oh, that was a silly. Well, it led him to the combat tracker. I can move him then. Assets. Oh, that's helpful, isn't it? The only wagon I've got's overturned.
Oh, maybe that's why we caught up with them.
Maybe. Maybe I've got. Let's see if I've got a cart. Yes, I've got carts. That makes life easier. Big cart.
How many prisoners do they got?
Do not know. But there we go. Let's share the map. There we go. Does everyone see? Can everyone see that?
Mm-hmm.
What I am going to do to make things more interesting is split up. No, I don't want to clone stone giants. I want to split up clone giants. Shouldn't be 6. Ungroup. Ungroup. I like the way they shrink when I ungroup them. Ungroup.
Mm.
That's probably
Tiny
because how big's the grid? Guys. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's turn the grid off. And stone giants are a size 2. Let's just re-put them on the map. Stone giant number 5. Drag him back on, and he should resize them. Yeah, something funny happens when you ungroup them. Did some very weird. Their update did some very weird things. core RPG updates did some strange stuff. Okay, so basically, you're late. You're waiting for them to head out onto the lake. I'm not sure what that's completely not there. Pay no attention to the trap. That's from another adventure.
Yeah, no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Okay, so Stone Giant number 5 basically
kind
is pulling the
kind
cart.
Is this forest terrain or what?
Yeah, it's forest.
In that case, can I have an extra card, please, and I'll give myself level-headed until we're out of this fight. Woohoo!
There you go.
Thank you.
Actually, I think I just gave you bennies after everyone else got bennies. What the hell? Who cares? Off you go, guys. Spend your bennies like there's no tomorrow.
Yes, that sounds good. Right, let's pick up some extra abilities then. I will boost my fighting and leap out from my ambush position, charging towards that stone giant with a yell. And I'm going to make 2 attacks, one on each of the 2 stone giants in range. There we go. Right. Yeah, I'm far away enough. Those 3 giants that are closest to me all need spirit rolls, please. Because I'm going to make them feel very, very sad about what they've done.
I was just putting some fillings in on the card. Did you target all 3?
No, I only attacked one, but I'm then releasing the power of the Impaler of Thorns, and those 3 giants that are near me will all take a spirit roll.
1 makes it. The other 2 do not. Which makes that one vulnerable. Makes Stone Giant 2. There we go.
Okay, so I will roll damage on the first stone giant.
They are making noises.
And then I will attack stone giant number 2. No, I can't. Stone giant number 2, there's a +4 to that damage, I'm afraid, because that's my rhino hide being released. I didn't add it onto the roll. I apologise.
I could hear them. They were just sort of...
Very subtle for a change. Normally they're too loud, aren't they? Right. Okay. Back to the game. Stop being.
Tell you what, I will Benny that second damage roll because I forgot to add my +4 for my rhino hide, and I'll Benny it again because I've got lots of bennies.
Stookham's just got a Benny. Stookham's has got 8 bennies. I'm happy with that. 9 bennies. Right.
I think so that's Rannick then.
So you shake 1 and you wound 1. Okay, Stone Giant number 5. Obviously is not just going to be pulling the wagon now you've just appeared and stabbed them. His mates. So right, that's back in. That's looking good. Let's do that. Okay. He's going to step forwards and try and pound you. Actually, no, he doesn't need to step forwards, does he? He's going to just stay put. There's a handy rock by his feet, and he's just going to throw it at you. And miss. Stone Giant number 3 is just going to pick up a rock and throw it at you. And miss. That brings us to Jelsa.
Well, Jelsa's gonna dive over here into the woods where she's got something like they can't see her. can get all 3 of these. And all of a sudden they get this shower little sparklers all around them. Hang on, let me get to my...
No, I heard that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was, but I heard it.
And with the rays, they're now vulnerable and distracted, and they're facing it. Randy.
I'm going to make it quieter again now. Now I've got it working. There we go.
So,
Okay, what did you do? You have hit your... Oh, you've hit them with confusion. Okay.
and I got the rays, so it's both vulnerable and distracted.
They don't even get a save. Nice.
It just happens. It's great.
Yeah, that's why I kind of, Brannick suggested I take that spell in, because it comes out as all these little sparklers just showering all around them. Can't do any damage, but
Yeah.
it's a little
see
just
why. Right. Okay.
and
Nicely
that would
done.
be,
So they're all very confused and distracted and vulnerable now. So your sparkly little fireflies fly around them all. Right. I'm going to let you end your turn because I made the mistake of earlier of ending Rannick's turn. Stone Giant number 2 is not recovering with all those fireflies around him. You can hear him, he's angry. Stone Giant number 4, he saw his mate miss. So he's going to get a bit... He's actually going to step up a bit to here. He's going to see the rest of the party. And he's just going... 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is dwarf. There's no question who he's throwing a stone at. I'm afraid, Dodred, the sky suddenly darkens. And you realise you're standing in the middle of an ever-growing larger circle of shadow, and then the stone lands right in front of you.
A wily coyote.
What's that? It's getting closer. Oh, look.
There's an eclipse. But as I say, it lands literally right in front of you, and you don't even flinch. Rena.
He doesn't flinch because it happened too fast.
I'm going to open my bag and see what comes from it today.
What's in the bag? Is it a rhinoceros?
I kind of hope so. It would be cool.
Oh yes, the bag. Yes.
Oh, we have got an Auroch.
That's quite. That's could be interesting. Okay.
It's not a tactical assault unicorn then.
No, not a tactical assault unicorn today. I keep hoping for one, but not one yet. But an Auroch not bad.
It appears within 6 inches, I think.
It kind of falls out the bag, I think. Yeah.
Jumps out of the bag, doesn't it?
Yeah. Is that the one that's like a bull?
Yes,
Like-
basically.
That's the one that
It's
can
got trample, isn't it?
over.
Stampede, yeah.
It's a charge at that stone giant then.
Okay, well, it's going to take sort of... Well, so, yeah, here we go. It gets to move 12 inches.
No
Straight
real-
line. Which basically means it gets to trample two of them.
Yeah. There. Or something like that.
Yep,
and those 2 are both distracted still. So.
they are indeed. Okay, anyone caught in the stampede must evade as an action or take damage. A bonus if they critically fail to evade. Okay, so this one here gets to evade first. Evading is the agility check at -2. So he doesn't make it. The second one gets to evade, which is Stone Giant 2. And he doesn't get to evade, so they both take 2d6 damage.
Okey-dokey. think.
First one's not going to have any. I don't think it's going. I don't think either of them are going to really feel the effects of it. I'm afraid.
No, I think that's a stubbed toe.
Okay. Stone giant number 3 remains shaken, bringing us to Bert.
Okay, Bert is going to multi-action. However, both of his actions are going to be part of his favored powers, so there will be no penalty. So we are going to start with a bark skin on everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I think I will add a shroud and a hurry to that.
Into the rays. No! Sorry, I cursed you.
Yes, you did.
I think you should give him a +1 for that because you cursed him.
No, I don't. I think I might give him a bit. There's something really weird with the pick location on my mouse today. It just seems to be out by just enough pixels to cause chaos. Wow. Hurrying, shrouded, and protection. Very nice. So they're all harder to see, they all move a bit faster. Yes, and you also actually protect them. How nice of you.
Isn't that wonderful? Yeah. And then I'm going to throw an entangle out there.
Have you got the edge that lets you cast the spell as a free action as well now?
No. I have
multi-action and no penalty.
Favorite powers druid,
Yeah.
entangle,
Yeah.
smite, and protection. So
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, nice. Go for it. I'm not complaining, it's just amazing how it goes.
That's why Chelsea
That's
just-
a limited free action you can cast entangle. That is obscenely powerfully wonderful, to be honest.
okay, so we're going to drop it there.
Favoured powers as a limited free action, and then casting the powers that are favoured don't suffer multi-action penalty.
Yeah.
So an extra 3 points for big, an extra 2 points for damaging. That makes 7. I'm obviously going to have to do selective. So 7, 8. I will also do the hinder and tough. So 8, 9, 10.
I don't know why I've got tasers and shotguns in fantasy, but I seem to. So there we go. Okay. So, you didn't get the raise, so they're bound. Mind you can probably do it as an effect these days, can't you? Go for it. Forget I've put all the effects in. I need to go back and put all the effects in, what's it called in here? I realised the other day.
Oh, no, they're not bound. They're entangled. My mistake.
Okay, I'll get rid of those. Try again. Anyway, they're all entangled.
Okie dokie. That is my turn.
That PowerPoint she must have spent there was ridiculous.
Yeah, I spent 18 PowerPoints total.
Ah, now you can spend some pennies to get them back. Okay,
Oh, yeah,
sure.
exactly, and I've got plenty of them, so it's not like it's a big deal.
No, exactly.
Okay, so Schnooks, now that this stone giant... Actually, let's see. Schnooks is going to try and protect Jelsa, because that's kind of what Schnooks does at this point.
Ooh, not me. Okay. Is he pouncing?
I believe he will pounce, yes.
Pounce is active.
Oops, wrong button. Ignore that.
Yeah, you do notice Schnooks, but... Who hits? Nice. Hey, the first bounce. Okay, unfortunately, the first one just doesn't get through. And the second one? That's looking better. Oh, yep,
Distracted him with the first one and then got him with the second one.
Exactly. Yeah. The stone giant curses in pain as Schnooks rakes across his torso. And last but no means least, Don of the Drag. Oh, who's near water?
Well, it's a wee bit. They're looking at me funny though. I'm more concerned about that. They're looking at me funny. So let's. I'm sure there's better spells than this, but you know, it's. Let's cast Blind, large burst template strong.
You got some nice water effects now.
You know what? We need to come up with a code word, Stutty. Warn us when you're going to do that.
Really? Really? These stone giants are in trouble, which I'm not complaining about.
Right, they should all be all targeted. 2, 1, 2.
You've only got 2 targeted. I mean, you need to hit 1 targeted. Are you trying to hit all 4?
All 4. Large burst template.
There you go.
So there you go. So it's -2, -2.
Hit that blind. Just don't look right, Dondra. Just don't look to the right.
Right, and then for my move, I'm going to let's get away from the water, and hide in the bush so they can't see me.
Okie dokie.
That was Jelson's trick.
I'll let you end your turn. And that will deal in some new cards. And Jelsa gets to go first. And that means everyone gets another penny.
Jelsa's going to get over here and get the wagon. Right in front of the wagon. And she's going to tell the prisoners, don't get worried, we're here to help. She's going to get up there.
Okie dokie. So, what have they got in... I'm going to have a look. So, 2 already got away. No, I don't think it tells me how many people. They intend to fill it with loot. It's unlikely. The just loaded loads of treasure. Yeah, I think actually the 2 prisoners. You did actually save the prisoners. I'll retcon it and say you saved the prisoners. All that's in there now is furniture and loot and stuff, which I shall talk to you about in a moment when these poor stone giants are diminished. Oh dear. That's impressively high casting there.
Yeah, well, we need the impressively high on damage.
Go for it. Let's see what happens. Make those damage rolls. Okay, I think your sparkly fireworks erupt out of... That wasn't your wand, it was you casting that, wasn't it?
That was me.
The stone giant number 4 takes a wound.
And then the next one?
Yep.
I got to roll the damage separate, sorry.
That's okay, you got to roll, yeah. Oh, but you can re-roll them if you want to, of course.
Oh, yeah, with all the bennies I got, I'm re-rolling. Okay, well, I'm moving on to number 3. Because I hit 4 of them.
Yeah, this is technically... Okay, that's a wound on that one. Don't you hold fire before you roll any more. Apply. And then I need to take that and put it back on. I shouldn't have taken the applies off the ones that didn't affect them. That one and that one. Okay, so you get to re-roll one of them. Oh, I've done damage by mistake, but that's okay. Okay, so that gets you up to date with where you are. So there are currently 2. So as it stands at the moment, if you want, do you want to spend it, re-roll bennies on the 2 you've still unharmed, or are you okay with that?
I want to reroll.
Okay, go for it. Spend a benny and re-roll that damage.
Wait, do I get raises on those ones that I reroll?
Only if you manually turn on the raised dice.
Oh,
okay, so 14 on that one. Basically, you incapacitate that one.
One more Benny for the last.
Yep.
And I turned on my raised dice this time.
Okay, go for it. Yeah, I don't think he's surviving this.
And then I dive under the frickin' wagon so they can't see me. Because they were all facing Rannick, so they didn't notice me and where that came from. I'm sure they did.
22 damage. Yep. So basically, the upshot is at the end of all of that, 2 stone giants collapse to the floor, screaming and crying in pain and agony as they smoulder. Stone giant number 4.
I hide under. I'm moving a little bit because I had move left. I'm hiding under the wagon, so technically that puts me under.
No problem at all. Okay, so stone giant number 4 is remaining shaken. He's going to back off as far as he can back off. Rannick.
Oh, Rannick will chase off.
I thought I updated the module. I thought I
really
copied it over. Yeah, I have to check that.
Yeah.
Mind you, if it's in your shortcut, it might be hard coded in your shortcut.
It might be. In fact, I've got a pace of 8 at the moment because of hurry. So yeah, I might need to re-get the shortcuts, and I will then pick up Frenzy. The seasoned edge, isn't it? Go. Pick up Frenzy. Run in after those 2. And I'm going to wild attack them. Because why not?
Actually, I'm looking at the module. It's still lots of 1s in the module.
Really? I certainly updated it because the one that I've got that I re-output, but maybe
I'll have a look. I thought I overwrote it. Maybe I didn't. I'm sure I did.
Maybe I didn't overwrite it when I updated it.
Need to work out the rest of them for the other classes because that would be a nice thing to add in. Hit with a raise, hit with a raise.
They can both make spirit checks, and so can the Auroch, which might suddenly get very sad.
Okay.
Auroch.
I'm going to curdle it. If it's a female Auroch, I might be curdling its milk.
Mean.
That one then. Stone giant number 3 has to make a spirit check. It makes it. And the Auroch spirit check. Yeah, the Auroch's vulnerable. No, the Auroch's cold, not vulnerable. There, Auroch is vulnerable. Okay, in the meantime, you have incapacitated a stone giant. There we go. Down it goes. With a loud crump.
Off it went with a crumpety crump.
They ain't so tough.
Oh, that's got +4 for me Rhino hide, unless you want me to spend a Benny for that.
Still soaked it all.
That's fine.
Still soaked it all. That brings us to Dondrad. He's a bit further away from the water, but you can see it shimmering and sparkling in the sun.
Yeah, I know, and they might be seeing me. I think what we'll do is we could actually probably just jog over there.
Difficult terrain.
What about that way? In fact, do you know what? We'll take it. We'll run.
Too jealous at the moment.
12, yeah. 12 inches means you cover the 6 inches without problem.
Yeah. Leaving a dwarf-shaped hole through the bush.
Well,
So-
you've got a pace of 7, so if you only needed to move 6, you're good.
He's got a pace of 9 because he's got fleet-footed as well.
But it's difficult terrain for a dwarf, that forest land, so
So it would only be 5 inches, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I could have just went around the bush, but I don't want it. 'Cause it's just...
You realise
Bush gives us cover. I'm under the wagon though.
Yeah,
you realise that Gongrad is now a natural sprinter, very dangerous over short distances.
I'm giving out enough beddies, but well done.
Let's chop his ankles.
If you convince me on Saturday, I might give you a beddy. Oh, what? I forgot you can't because you're not here. I was so looking forward to you getting the jam card.
But, so I take it with no ankles, you can't stand up.
Yeah, he goes down hard. You cleave him off at the ankles. Down he goes. Okay.
You'll have to establish paranoia another time then.
Oh, I to be honest, the amount of effort I've put into it, I intend to. Okay, he's going to basically, I think he's going to try and pummel you into the ground. Stone Giant, what's he got stat-wise? Sweep. That doesn't do much. Okay, so he's just going to smack you. I'll use one penny to smack you. No, miss. Arena.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I think the one I moved was actually entangled and I didn't notice.
Charlie's dead now anyway. He fell over and got stabbed. He did the running with his pads around his ankles, didn't he?
Actually, do you have any ability to walk through the woods quickly? I don't know if you do.
well, I'll tell you what.
Arena does.
Does that help?
That does help, yes.
Arena does, because Arena is a Fey packed sorceress.
Good point. I have no problem with woods. It's my natural terrain. I don't even know why I have to think that.
Yes, you ignore difficult terrain in the wilderness. There you go. Yeah, so you're absolutely fine. That's why I was asking. I thought you did, but I couldn't remember.
And the Auroch is going to get horny with that giant.
Do you mean trample or literally just go up and...
It's got a horn attack. I mean, actually use its horns.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh. The module you are attempting to use is not loaded.
It's
right.
okay, I'll do it. Don't worry.
Thank you.
I thought I shared it with you. Not to worry. It's probably because it's in... Yeah, I know. I have to drag it down. I have to copy it down as a copy and then you can access it. Anyway, it basically shakes the stone giant as it...
Okay.
Into it. But...
Yeah, it got the point.
Oh, you've all got enough pennies. But to
Never
be
have enough
honest,
pennies.
both Radix and yours was good, so I'm going to give you all bennies. Why not? The bennies should flow. And Jimmy Monker's not here today to give you 3 bennies. So
Okay, Bert's going to step forward just a little bit and shoot this thing with his bow.
go for it. It's the last one. He is trying to run away, but Radix keeps chasing him. Okay, that's a hit. Pop him down. Have you got giant bane arrows?
No, I didn't. Well, I don't think I grabbed any of those.
Yeah, I think they all ended up with Rannick.
No, I made sure you had some.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to re-roll the damage?
Yeah. I'm just checking to see if I do have any of the giant banes.
I'm pretty sure I made sure you had at least 10 of them.
No, what you made sure I had at least 10 of was the
Oh, the damaging ones.
Yeah, the damaging ones.
Yeah, good point.
Although I'm not seeing. Yeah, okay, whatever. Here, let's re-roll that. That was kind of crap.
Unfortunately, it was. No, we know what you did there.
And I didn't did it.
Yeah, what happened? No, what it is when you drop the belly. when you drop the Benny on the damage on your, I've not actually looked. If you drop when you go to drop the Benny on the damage, that the box round the little highlight box around the damage is very small. And if you miss that box by however many pixels out it needs to be, the rest of the box is the reroll attack box. That's why when people are trying to spend bennies to reroll damage, they sometimes reroll the attacks. So now we know. Okay.
That's a wound.
That's a wound. Yeah, and Eric pierces the stone giant's flesh and he cries out in pain. That brings us to Snookums.
Let's see. Snooks has got an 8, 9, 10. He is just short of being able to walk over there. So Snooks is going to go ahead and make the run. And of course, that's going to include a leap.
Indeed. So he's pouncing. Go for it. He's got 8 bennies. Actually, you should have 9 because I just avoided some board, didn't I?
Yeah, let's go ahead and drop one of those bennies.
Yep.
Oh, bother.
Another one?
Yeah.
Takes him down to 7.
Okay, apparently Snooks is just destined not to hit.
It would appear so, and just by very small amounts.
Yeah, just barely. Apparently he's chewing on the rocks instead of on the skin, so it happens.
Did Chelsea just get...
Yes.
Did.
Everybody bennies.
She just got the Joker again!
and because of that, Jalsa's gonna sneak her, and she's still got to hurry, right? So I've got me up to 9. She's gonna sneak around this way. I don't think I need to run, but she's avoiding the trees because she don't.
The 3 inches gets you to there. Yeah.
4
7
inches
gets you to there.
So, but I got 9 because
you've got pace of 9 at the moment before you even run. Yeah.
So I'm gonna get up to there, and I'm gonna dig another wand out of my pouch because why waste power points? That should be 2 times my smarts. And that's the one with armor piercing on it.
Nice. Oh, go for it. That's a wound upon the stone giant. That is it. The last of the stone giants is down. Hurrah.
I liked being able to sneak around and never be seen and all the damage I could do.
Eoric goes over here. Eoric goes over here and starts chewing on some grass. Okay, so it would appear that there's a loaded treasure into the wagon. 4 woven silk tapestries, 3 chests, gold inlaid table, 3 chests. Oh yeah, 3 chests. Yeah. Barrels of wine, brandy, olive oil, a teak wood desk inlaid with silver and gold.
Rannick shouts back over to those that are going through the wagon. Who's for a steak dinner?
They took a desk.
Don't forget. If you kill it, it will vanish. Don't forget.
Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping to get a steak dinner out of it first. Never mind.
They took a whole desk.
Well, you can, but you'll be hungry again in 10 minutes.
Well, no, Rannick won't because Rannick's got a ring of sustenance.
Actually, I think that I might have to look that one up again. I'm not sure. I think they may just. I think it might. They're not like the Dead Lads style where they just go back to the happy hunting grounds when they disappear. Right? They may actually be killable for steak, to be honest. It was a it was a bag of tricks. Tan bag of tricks. Oh, until it's slain or dispelled.
So
if it can be dispelled, that does imply that it vanishes. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. It comes from an
but so long as it's not killed, we could just like cut slices off of the side.
Oh,
that's as can't. I'll slap you around the back of the head for that.
That's as dodgy. That's as dodgy as get out as taking a pound of flesh without any blood, isn't it? Anyway. Yes, I had to be watching up Slot Crow again.
So anyway, so they bundled a desk into the car. I mean, is that not like Did somebody tell them to get something out of the desk and they just thought, we'll just take the whole desks because we've got a head full of stones?
So as I say, so basically, yeah, there's so yeah, as you can see from the way, I couldn't find any desks. The only desks I've got are sci-fi desks. They wouldn't have worked. So anyway, 4 woven silk tapestries, 3 chests, barrels of wine, brandy, and olive oil, and a teakwood desk. What do you want to do? Obviously, they only nabbed 2 people, and Bert and Irina saved them earlier.
Well, Joseph's going to
Well,
go back over the wagon, and there's no
We
pretty
can use
shiny.
the ore rock to move it.
Only lasts for 10 minutes.
Oh. Well, in that case, I can turn into a horse.
You said there's bottles of wine and what?
Barrels of wine.
Barrels. Well, she's going to tap one of the barrels of wine because after all that work, she's thirsty. She's not much of a drinker, but... And frankly, this stuff belongs to the people at the manor, and if we rescue them, these are their possessions. So.
What happened to the people?
Well, I misread it. I misread it. They were going to bungle in the people, but it turns out, by the description, if they get away, they didn't get any. So the 2 that were in there, you freed earlier, went, remember, they crashed and they got out.
Oh.
You saved
But
them
this
earlier.
belongs to the people at the manor. It would be stealing
The
to
Scarnetti family.
over the owners.
Yeah, but why did they nick it? I mean, seriously, you think you would nick something like gold or something shiny, but what? Isn't it a bit specific? Take a desk.
We didn't look to see what was in the chest. What's in the chest?
Opening up the chest. Opening up the chest, and I've just noticed the treasure is absolutely wrong for this one. But anyway, I know why, because I've done it that way. That's why. So, opening up the chest, there's 3 chests. They're all full of silver and gold inlaid tableware.
That's shiny. I could understand that.
Well, we can hardly take this back to Sandpoint now. We're going to have to hide it somewhere.
So, there's nothing hidden in it at all, is there?
In what?
In the desk of the chest.
If you want to search the desk, make a notice check.
Just it's hardly portable kind of loot.
Anyone who wants to search the desk can make a notice check.
Look, it ain't made of stone, right? Come on.
All right, look, yeah, I'll take a look at it. I mean, it's just like papers and that. It's got to be in here. Not special, eh?
You don't find anything untoward. As you say, it's just papers and stuff.
All right.
That 6 just rolled off.
I take it the desk was on.
That's the wrong roll. I wanted my notice.
Oh, your sticky fingers will probably.
Okay, after
I'm looking for hidden panels and stuff.
Indeed, this is the point. Chelsea obviously knows what to look for. She finds a hidden compartment. Inside, it contains several letters addressed to Titus Scarnati from a local crime lord, Jubal Vishki, that reveals not only that Titus hired Jubal to burn down several mills in the region, ensuring Scarnetti's own mill in town would gain more business, but also that Jubal has reversed the attack and is now blackmailing the Scarnetti family for regular payments, lest he revealed to Sheriff Hemlock that Scarnetti paid one of his boys to light the fires. So what you have here is evidence that the Scarnettis are criminals.
So yeah, what you were saying about greed, yeah, definitely not for greed.
So.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. Why would you nick a desk? I mean, it's not very you still. I mean, gold coins, jewellery, but furniture. What?
The only reason is to let the players find the incriminating letters, isn't it?
Maybe. You know, they thought the chairs were a bit small and that desk was about giant size for a stool. I don't know. Well, either way, we still can't leave this. We can't take this with us. It's just slow us down. We'd best hide it somewhere.
I don't know. So I don't think those brothers, because they've been corrupted, because they're like, it's all greedy, isn't it? Sounds like they've been greedy.
Can I use Entangle to get the undergrowth to grow up around it in somewhat of a Sleeping Beauty way?
I like it. Of course you can. That's a brilliant idea. Wonderful stuff. Yep. So you make a note of the area, you cast up, and you basically using your fey, tapping into the fey side of your magic. You basically envelop the whole thing in vines and everything else, and it.
Well, that's fine and dandy.
Oh, but okay, right. So, don't worry about that. So, okay, so then the following days continues. It's obviously 7.5 days for you guys because you're traveling on horseback, aren't you? As you can head towards the Stovall Plains, you see evidence as you travel over the other scouting parties that Jant told you about have left their mark. You do on more than one occasion you come across what appears to be caravans or lone hunters encountered along the road. What you see speaks of the terrible fury. They're littered with shattered bones and pulped bodies, left for scavengers, and every bit of valuable loot has been stripped away. The following night, you come across an enormous campsite. At the centre, a campfire made of tree trunks sitting in a ring of boulders, and the mostly eaten carcass of a roasted 14-foot long auroch in the ashes. My God, they're huge. As you get closer to the Stovall steps, you come across some dead giants. Though these giants were strong, the wyverns and the manticores and the flame drakes that seem to attack them seem to be stronger. And as you head
Nature will have its way.
After each of the encounters where it's clear that giants have destroyed caravans and what have you, Rannick is going to be getting more and more antsy and angry and kind of wanting to track where the raiders have gone to do something about it.
Well, they're all, in every case, it seems to be the same thing. They've all headed back. In fact, can I have notice checks, please? The following morning, you reckon you're about 10 miles from the Stovall stairs at this point. You can see a plume in the distance of thick black smoke rising into the air
Mm-hmm.
in the direction of the Stovall stairs.
Ride harder.
Indeed. 500 feet from the foot of the Stovall stairs lies the remains of what appears to have recently been a small caravan, now scattered over a large area. And most with a space. You will not believe how long it took me to sort this bit out. This comes from this is lovely descriptions I found for the Stovall stairs in a Pathfinder Society module, but the PDF had space on after every word of all the bits you read to the players.
Oh, good.
Every character. Most of the wagons are overturned and the corpses of livestock, hill giants, and a few humans litter the area. The smell of roasting flesh permeates the air, and a haze of flies surrounds the carcasses on the ground. A pile of broken wagons burns in the centre of the wreckage, sending a plume of black smoke into the afternoon air.
When they said this was a great venue and it was always buzzing, this isn't what I had in mind.
I'm going to have to give you one for that one.
Rannick's going to stride around the camp, seeing if he can find any survivors at all, and assuming he doesn't, is going to kick a nearby helmet and scream.
Because you broke your toe.
Possibly. I'll tell you what, I'll make an athletics roll. If I critically fail, you can break my toe. No, I did get a double.
You've not done an Aragorn.
I've not done a Viggo Mortensen, no.
No. Okay. And what I do need to do, I've just realised, is before I share this map, I do need to make one final change. And that is to do that. I think. Then if I go and turn on line of sight.
Yeah, you need to get those bodies into the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Go down here and look like that. Yep, there we go. That's perfect. Okay. Obviously, yes, you sort out the bodies and then basically
Yeah, you can't leave the dead on the road.
you
That's a
reach
sin.
the Stovall stairs.
So, the Stovall Stairs, does this count as mountains now that we're near the edge of the Stovall Plain up into the Iron Peaks?
Yes.
Cool.
The ancient ruins at the base of the stairs lurk in perpetual shadow of the monstrous cliffs known as the Stovall Rise. The stairs form a 50-foot high, wide cleft cut deep into the cliff. The stairs bear the weight of the millennia lightly, though rounded with age and cracked in a few places. They remain level from end to end. Each ponderous 2-foot deep step stretches 2 feet upwards. Massive landings, flanked by monstrous structures, obscure the top of the stairs from the bottom. The angles of the sun shadow the blanket. The angle of the sun means shadows blanket the entire length of the stairs, and probably will do so for the rest of the day, except for a short period around midday. Massive statues flank the stairs. They rise 300 feet above the base of the stairs and proudly looking out over the surrounding countryside as if standing guard. Each statue holds an immense tome in one arm and I'm echoing on someone. One arm and a deadly looking glaive in the other. Who am I echoing
It's
on?
me, you reckon, then.
Don't know.
Okay. On either side of the statues building carved directly out of the cliff face rise from the valley floor. The gargantuan proportions of the structure make it difficult to judge their height. They rise nearly to the top of the plateau, 400 feet above the valley floor.
That was a
If
strange.
anyone would like to make an academics roll or common knowledge checks, but there's a -2 penalty on common knowledge, no penalty on academics.
Well, I'll be at -3 because there's a great big statue watching me.
Yes, I know. I was about to turn those on.
I forgot about that.
However,
Same here.
even
-2
if the statue's
on
watching
common
me,
knowledge.
Rannick knows something about this place.
What?
Rannick definitely knows something about this place.
Okay. Okie dokie. Bert and Rannick. No, sorry, Arena and Rannick. Neither of you got a raise. Does anyone want to spend a
You know what? I will.
guys?
I've got pennies coming out my ears. There you go. I'll spend a few and see if I can get it for you.
Don't worry. Don't spend too many. Actually, I've just seen what you get on a raise.
Well, actually, I forgot. Yeah, let's have a look at that. Yeah, that's an 8 because I'm an expert on stone. In fact, it's a 9. Yeah, it's a 9.
Okay, so the Stovall Stairs were created a millennia ago by the Empire of Fassalon, and many ruins surround the stairs themselves. Obviously, up and down the whole cliff face, as you can see here. The stairs originally housed an army of giants, and the proportions of the entire site are suited for creatures at least twice the height of humans. You
These
recognise
steps.
2 foot. Each step's 2 foot high.
Right.
Also you recognise the statues as representing Karzog, the Runelord of Greed. Yeah, so each step is 2 feet high and 2 feet deep. So there we go.
All right. Well, let's just get up these steps, past them big buggers, and get on with it, shall we? Let's. Yeah, we don't need to be hanging around here too long, do we, Stunty?
Don't blink, we'll be fine.
Aye.
Aye, so we need to head up the stairs.
What's my current size limit? Is it 4 or 5? 4, isn't it?
Trotter.
I have to be honest, actually. This whole wait at the bottom of the stairs, please, Mr. Rannick, sir.
By the way, wouldn't it be really easy to roll stuff down the stairs?
Well, you should say that.
I know, because somebody might want to, turn into something and fly up.
Well, I'm about to say actually, it's very interesting. Is the whole following encounter, in theory, doesn't work the second you can fly.
Well, that's just what I was about to suggest, because we can't fly.
Okay, so you cannot see the plateau at the top of the stairs. However, I suppose they just throw them upwards. Boulders begin being hurled and debris starts coming down the stairs towards you. Okay, this is a multi-person dramatic task that lasts 4 rounds. So actually, it doesn't really matter if you fly because it's still a dramatic task. So basically, the assumption is you're trying to get up the stairs, and there are what you assume are giants at the top of the stairs trying to stop you getting up the stairs. We don't actually need to use them. This is a map from a different adventure, but it's an actual map of the stable steps, so I'm going to use that. And
cool.
I'm feeding back. It's Rannick. I'm feeding back on Rannick.
You're feeding back on me. Okay, let me. If I move my microphone, does that make it any better?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
So let's deal them in. As I say, it's a multi-person dramatic task. So you can use athletics, which is obviously flying, stealth, powers. When I say powers, it's just a straight cost of 6 power points and an arcane power roll, as it were, or even fighting if you have a shield to deflect the smaller rocks and debris. Also, I'm also guided to allow creative characters to use other skills if you can justify them being appropriate. So as I say, it's a 4-round multitask, dramatic task, and it's you just trying to get up the stairs or fly up the stairs or fly close enough to reach the top of the stairs. I'm going to say, seeing as something you can fly and change and all that. But actually, it doesn't really matter because it's you just casting, so you just need to get success tokens. That's all it is. There we go. So Dondrad is first. Obviously, clubs do perform complications in dramatic tasks. Dondrad.
Well, I've got plenty of armour on. I've got this sword. Well, should cleave stone, in theory.
Actually, talking about which, you need to turn off level-headed. In fact, actually, I do believe you can use dollar and a name of an edge in thingy. But yeah, you need to turn off level-headed for this encounter.
Right. Success.
Are you happy with a 6?
I will take the 6. Yeah, I will run up the stairs with my sword in front of me. Could be in a heavy weapon. It should divert the rocks.
Okay, staggering, climbing up. I mean, how tall are you?
What you try to say? A whole 4 foot.
I see.
4 foot.
4
4 foot.
So
178 pounds.
You're pulling yourself up the stairs. So actually, it's
how tall are those steps?
2 feet.
Chelsea, just get behind me and wait for me to change, and I'll give you a piggyback.
Well, actually, as I say, being a dramatic task, it's not that straightforward. It's sort of abstract, as it were. So it's not like you shape change. You just make a spellcasting roll and spend 6 power points.
I'm still intending. Okay.
Narratively, that still happens, though, doesn't it?
Narratively, yes, you can still say whatever you want to say, and that happens. It's just because the rules are you spend 6 power points if you want to use a power, regardless of what the power is.
Okay.
And just get dramatic with it. Rannick.
Right. 2 questions for you then.
Yes.
So if I use my mystic powers, I spend 6 power points and get a raise.
Apparently.
And just get 2 successes. And that's that, yes?
No.
Because I don't have an activation roll.
I know, that's very iffy, isn't it? That's an iffy one.
A lot of
I would
it,
say,
Never mind. I wasn't going to do that anyway, but I just I thought I'd throw that question out there.
no, it's a very interesting point you make.
Rannick's going to pull out his light shield of deflection, And I would, rather than using fighting, I'm not going to cast boost trait to boost my fighting and anything like that. Rather than using fighting, Rannick would like to make sure he interposes himself between the other characters and the falling rocks, and I would like to use Vigor to make my way up the steps, taking the blow.
Go for it. Obviously, avoiding the really big boulders.
Well, yes, but taking the blows from the smaller ones so that I can knock them out of the way to help the others.
Okay, that sounds good to me. Happy with a 5? As those statues watch you?
I will drop a Benny on that. Well, a 6 is still one success. I'll just go with that then. That's fine.
Okay. Jelsa.
Staying off here to the side, I'm going on hold until after Irina goes
Interestingly, it's a dramatic task. It doesn't work that way, but narratively it does. Narratively it does, but you just have to. So obviously, in that case, you can't go on hold because there's bloody big boulders coming down towards you. So what are you going to do while you wait for Irina to finish
I'm just hiding here at the end of the rail where I'm out of the. I got some at 3 foot tall. I got some cover. At the little walls on either side of the stairs.
I mean, if you want to pass on the dramatic task, you can, but that just means you don't get a token this round.
You could use stealth. You could use stealth.
You could dodge or athletics. Yeah.
Athletics to dodge.
Yeah, stealth to hide, your athletics to dodge.
But not if you do that.
I could have just asked, dude, right?
I don't know what happens. What happens?
You get wounded.
She's not in a club, so she hasn't failed the whole thing.
Yeah. No, I know she's not in a club, so I'm not worried about that.
I think it's just a setback.
I think it's reduces by one token.
Yeah. So -1.
I reckon it's -1 tokens, isn't it? Yeah. I'm going to say you're on -1 tokens, Jelsa, I'm afraid to say.
Yeah,
but
if you do that on a club, you fail the whole thing.
Yes, we're not worrying about Shooks because you and Schnooks are one and the same. So
yeah, and we're both sneaking anyhow, so it's all good. No, I said we are sneaking. No, we're trying to sneak.
That's one success. You happy with that?
Yeah, I'll take the one.
Okay, that brings us to Irina.
Okay, Irina's turning into an earth elemental, which makes her completely immune to thrown stones and stone attacks. Also makes me 16 feet long, and weighing 6,000 pounds. So those steps should be relatively easy.
Okay, so you make your spellcasting roll and spend 6 power points.
Just a regular spellcasting roll, yeah?
Yep, just a regular spellcasting roll. It's a dramatic task. It's all abstractive. Theatre of the mind.
Just checking I was rolling the right thing.
9. That gets you 2 tokens at the end of that. Okay, so you turn it, and then Jelsa jumps behind you. Okay, second time round, Jelsa's up first with the Joker.
According to the picture in the book, by the way, that means I look kind of like something stony with bushes and trees growing out my back. So there should be lots of places to add on.
Indeed.
Irina and Bert can drop bennies on their cards so they don't have clubs if they want.
I'm just going to climb up the back of this big stone thing, this big earth thing.
Sounds like an athletics check to me.
Oh, you mean like the one I failed before?
It's up to you. You can justify any skill. There you go.
Oh, and climbing I get a +2 because of my pretty little gloves. So that was a 19.
I'm actually going to put that down as 8 because the net result, of course,
way up onto her shoulders. I'm going to put my hand under her. Can you smell the lilacs like when you're a rock?
Dondrad, these steps are a nightmare. Obviously, being the thickness of them.
There's no limit on successes per round in a dramatic task.
I know there isn't, but she was on -1 because of the way Fantasy Grounds won't let you have negative tokens. So I've basically dropped it to an 8 to make the net result correct. Does that make sense?
Except that should have been 4 tokens, so it should be 3.
17 is
+2 for the lacy gloves, my lilac gloves.
19.
It was climbing.
And 17 is 4 successes anyway. Yeah.
Dondrad. Now, what's really interesting, actually, is it doesn't actually say it, but your number of tokens you have got are pulled together at the end to determine success.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, arrows to the
Dondrad.
left, arrow to the right, into the valley of death I ride.
Something's really weird going on there. It's because it's still in group select mode.
Oh, that's going to cost me a
Bloody
few
foolish,
pennies.
Dunty.
I've gone all bard and I can't sing.
It's those statues. They're watching you every move you make.
I know.
You got a 4.
Ching him.
Okay, Arena. As it stands at the moment, you were hit a complication, but you can spend a penny in to get another card if you want.
Oh, yes, please. Do you want me to drop it in the box or put it on the tracker or
Just
what?
drop. I don't mind. You can either drop it on your card or just drop it in the box, chat box. There you go.
There you go.
You're going to go on the 10 of hearts instead, of course. So okay, the complication avoided, which looked like basically a set of stairs that wouldn't have supported your rate and would have had you tumbling back down with Jelsa on your back. But fortunately, you realise there's a way around it, and obviously, what skill do you want to use this round? As I say, you can use any skill you like, as long as you can justify it, including spellcasting, even though you're a stone elemental.
It's alright, I'm just looking at my stats. I think I'm going to use my strength for pushing up these stairs at a rate of knots with the weight of Jelsa on my back that I can barely even notice, and batting stones out of the way.
It's Earth Elemental, not Stone Elemental. It's Stone Giants, isn't it?
Earth Elemental.
Yeah, Earth Elemental.
And do I get any bonus for being completely immune to all Earth-based attacks? It's specifically naming thrown rocks.
Yes, but then it doesn't necessarily mean what actually causes you to fail your roll is a thrown rock. Like I say, the stairs are old and ancient. You could basically just get stuck on.
Oh, I know. I was just wondering if it gave me a positive modifier to the roll before I rolled it, that's all.
You know what? I'll give you a +1. Because I'm nice. And you justified a very good argument for doing so.
Thank you so very much.
Oh!
That was really huge.
It really was. I mean, it wasn't bad anyway, but...
It wasn't bad. I got you 5 tokens in... Sorry, 4 tokens in one roll. That brings us to Bert and Schnooks.
They were on a club again.
We are on a club again.
Actually, no, I'm on the 6 of diamonds.
No, 6 of diamonds was... Oh, yes, you are. I apologise. You just have to double click on it.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. 6 of diamonds. Go for it.
Okay, so I am going to be using athletics this time because we're just going to kind of do the whole bounce and dodge thing that cats and people like to do.
Okay, a 6.
Yeah, we'll call that good.
And last but not least, Mr. Renix.
Well, now that there's an earth elemental powering up the stairs ahead, Rannick is going to try and grab hold of a chunk of earth elemental and be dragged along with it using athletics and his gloves of climbing.
Go for it.
Well, I think I will Benny that.
It's those statues watching you clamber up. That's the problem.
It is. That'll do. I'll take the 2 successes.
Okay. The third round begins, and you're over halfway up the stairs. Arena is first with a club. So you either have to spend a penny, or before you spend a penny, you have got a nice amount of because you rolled so well last round. You could potentially choose not to roll this round if you want to, and therefore you can't fail for being on a club.
I'm all right. The amount of pennies that I've got, I'm not that averse to spending them. But if it's okay with you, I'd like to do the same again because it's so very good.
Go for it. Go for it.
Not quite as good, but I'm perfectly happy with the 10.
You've got 8 tokens on your own. Bert and Schnooks.
This time we are going to use notice because we're going to keep an eye on where the stones are going and kind of plan out a path to avoid them and the stairs.
Indeed.
I'm slow and steady. It all works.
Honestly, like that was replying to him.
Jelsa.
Well, I'm up here on Irina's shoulders.
Yep.
We can see the rocks being thrown at us, but we can't yet see what they are. Can I tell if I use notice? Can I tell where they're coming from?
Sounds good to me. Yeah, you can steer Arena around the really big boulders that might not hurt her, but will slow her down. Although that tree growing out of her shoulder's really in the way at the moment. That's okay. You push it to one side and you go at just the right moment, and a huge boulder bounces over all of you. Dondrad, these stairs are getting very annoying.
I was trying to sing my way up. I'm just going to take a breather. Excuse me. I'm not going to bother.
Okay. Rannick.
Okay, so we're about halfway up now, yes?
This is the third of the 4 rounds of the dramatic task, yes.
Okay. In which case, as Jelsa is calling out kind of where the stones are coming from, I would like to use shooting to just fire some arrows up into the air in a nice big parabolic arc to try and discombobulate those that are throwing the rocks and at least put a few of them off.
Sounds like a move to me. Go for it. Ozog's laughing at you at the moment. That's the problem, Rannick. Oh! No! But -1.
So I'll take a shot, and then, as far as Rannick's concerned, it's like one of the statues turns and looks at him with some kind of disdainful gaze. And even though Rannick is still holding on to that tree sticking out of Irina's back, he kind of curls in on himself in an almost fetal position and is just taking the ride further up.
Indeed. You're just sort of bouncing along up the stairs there. Dondrad.
Yeah.
Let's get. What we need is a little bit of cover here.
I thought that's what I was.
Oh, hang on, Rannick, did you spend it? You spent the card. I'll let you go as well.
Sorry, let Donrad finish.
Yeah. 6. Okay.
Let's put a little bit of blindness. Reflect the sun up the slope.
Hey, costs you 6 power points, don't forget. Regardless of the normal cost, it's 6 power points in the dramatic task.
Yes.
Rannick.
Right, since we're pretty much at the top now, Rannick, and we're well behind the statues, so the statues can't see Rannick anymore, so he's not being watched by them, so he's not bothered by them now. Knowing that we're near the top and that this is where all the boulders are being launched from, Rannick is going to run along Irina's back and leap off ahead of Irina the Earth Elemental and throw out his... I can't use my entangle power, but I'll use fighting instead. But I want to effectively throw out my entangle power and engage whatever has been throwing the boulders at us to give the others a chance to get up there.
Unfortunately, you suddenly were aware the statues are still towering above you, so they can't see you, but go for it anyway.
No, they can't see me because their eyes are the other way, but, I don't care.
Yes, I know what you mean, yeah. Well, they might turn... You just said they turn round.
Well, in Rannick's mind, they do.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll still take that raise, though.
I agree. That brings us to Burton Snooks.
Okay, we are going to use survival this time because we need to survive this.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give you that. Maybe you're using your knowledge of bouncing rocks to duck at just the right
something
moments.
like that. Yeah, whatever.
Well, you had practice with the trees.
Success.
Jelsa.
Okay, how close are we to them now?
You're practically at the top. You just can't see him yet because of the height of the stairs.
Okay,
This is the final round of the dramatic
I
task.
can't see them, but I can cast upwards, and I don't have to see them. So, and it costs 6 points no matter what I use, right?
Exactly, yeah. So it's just...
So I'm just going to throw a havoc at where I guess they are.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, actually, this is the one chance where you could sort of bend the rules and cast any spell you like for a dramatic effect, as it were, can't you?
Yeah, but because I can't see him, I'm just going to toss a havoc spell wherever, because whoever
Excellent.
hit anybody.
This is
Excellent.
that Jelsa could, in fact, cast havoc at the ground and use it to lift herself off and fly through the air and land at the top.
I like it. And last but no means least comes stone elemental Arena. I want to say stone, it's earth. Who gets 8. Okay. So here we go. So final tally is Rannick gets 5 successes, Dondrad gets 3 successes, Schnookums gets 4 Burton Schnookums 4 successes, Jelsa gets 6 successes, and Arena gets 10 successes, which, as given that only basically you needed 4 successes each, and Dondrad was the only one who didn't, but obviously when you add them all together, you've got more than enough. So what happens there is you reach. Oh, I'm in the wrong mode. Hang on. Yeah, no, I'm not. I mean, why is it not? Oh, because someone put a token right on top of it.
Yeah, we're 8 successes over.
Because they're basically where I tossed my havoc spell towards, just in case. I didn't know if I could see it, if there was anybody there or not, but it would, bring up a whirlwind of glitter for them, and if they're anywhere around, it's gonna.
Yeah, right.
So anybody inside would have got hit.
Yeah, but it's a dramatic tile, so it's flavor text rather than game effect, I'm afraid.
Okay, well, that's fine.
So, however, the party with 4 tokens each, you reach the top without suffering any effects from the giant's onslaught. Just in case you're curious, 3 tokens or less, you reach the summit, but you start combat in a bad position and you're vulnerable. 2 tokens each, you reach the top of the stairs and you're vulnerable, but you've all taken a wound, which you do get a chance to soak. Less than 2 tokens per player, you reach the top, you're vulnerable, and each player suffers 1d4 wounds, which can then be soaked. It's quite unpleasant.
Sorry, the strength for the earth elemental says 5d. It should be 60.
Blame whoever keyed them in.
Yeah, I just thought I'd let you know for playtest reasons. Carry on.
Well, they're not. Those were all done by Bert, I believe, so they're not probably released with everything else. I don't know if I released them or not. But thank you very much. Right, so basically, as I say, you've reached the top.
And we had to stop, and that's what's bothering me.
Right, I like that. But anyway, so you reach the top, and as you can see, there's a group of hill giants. Well, there's a group of hill giants waiting for you, and off we go with Dondrad first. Obviously, steps count as difficult terrain for anyone who suffers anyone who isn't immune to difficult terrain in mountainous regions or urban regions, I suppose. Stairs, but anyway.
Yes, let's just target the front row and cast Might.
Music, cool. Oh, okay, you cast Holy Weapon Smite on everyone. Excellent.
Dice.
Rannick.
Can I barrel through them to get to the other side?
Well, as we discovered, but I know there was a discussion going on, and I originally thought the answer is yes, but the answer is you cannot move for opponents. They can stop you. If you want to get past them, you'd have to use a test.
Well, I guess I'll just go there then.
Yeah, it gets very woolly. It depends on player.
I'd like to get that gap in between those two, please, if I may.
No, you can't. You don't fit.
Well, in that case,
Do you know what? They're actually meant to be set up like that. So there you go. That makes life easier, doesn't it?
It does. Actually, if they're set up like that, if I can just go back to where I was, I'll move slightly differently in that case.
Oh, this bit like this? Oh yeah, you can.
Why can't I?
Okay. Do you have any forms of night vision or anything? It's
Yeah.
very dark in there. That's fine.
Yes, I'm a half orc. I've got dark sight.
Typos I made there. I didn't make it. Okay, it's yeah. I forgot to put the lighting in there. Those rooms have got really dark. Okay, you're gonna go there.
I'm going to go there. Right.
I was hoping the steps would stop you, but they didn't. Damn it.
No, because I'm not bothered by difficult terrain because I'm a ranger.
The walls as well. The walls didn't stop you.
No, let's. I'm then going to wild attack. That in there. But before I wild attack, I am going to use a cunning tactic. Where are we? Oh, was it novice edge? I thought it was seasoned. So it is, right. Because now none of my mates are in range.
I didn't get a notification of you saying hello. I don't know how long ago. Go for it.
I will do that. So Rannick runs round through the darkness, launches himself off a pillar, forward rolls, then comes up with the Impaler of Thorns, spinning around, jabbing and smashing into all of the giants. Bar the one right at the far end. I was rolling to hit. Why did it do that?
Well, that's okay. We know you don't need to worry to hit now. You know you didn't hurt any of them unless you want to re-roll your... Spend the penny to re-roll your attack.
Well, I might hit with a raise. And also I moved more than 4 inches, so there's plus 4 damage on that.
Only on one of them. Okay, hit for a raise. Start rolling your damages.
Well, first of all, they can all make a spirit roll.
Build that 5 is out of range. Okay, so the Hill Giant 6 made his spirit check. Hill Giant 4 fails. Hill Giant fails. Hill Giant 2 fails.
Okay, so Hill Giant 6 just needs the extra d6 damage for the raise, which is an extra 3 onto the 11 it already took. And
Hill Giant 6 is shaken by that.
And then the other 3 need 2d6 damage.
You roll damage. You roll damage for each one. You don't hit. You roll damage for each hit. So you start rolling your hits. All of these are vulnerable.
Okay, right, fair enough. Well, we'll do the plus 4 damage on the first one.
Hold up. Before you roll, let me de-target. Target this one. Where are you? You are there. Yeah, there you go. You got 3 targets left. Off you go. On Hill Giant, Hill Giant is incapacitated. Hill Giant 2 is incapacitated. My word, that was brutal.
And then I'll use a Benny on the first one, which was just normal damage with a raise. There's my Benny.
Wow.
And +2 because it was a wild attack.
What did you just do?
He swept with... Hang on. Hang on. Too late now, but you can't sweep with a spear. It's a stabbing weapon.
Yes, you can. It is a two-handed weapon.
Bollocks, you can sweep with a spear.
Have you ever seen any martial arts
No,
movies?
not a spear. Sorry, not a spear. Okay, I forget. It's a spear. My big argument is you can't sweep with a pike. Because that's... Okay, yep, he's wounded. Okay. Just our sparkle tits.
I'm sitting up here on Irina's shoulder and seeing that Ren's just running in there to get himself in trouble. Target the 3 that's left. Say Power Boy, and I don't have to because Ren conveniently knocked down some of them. I'm just gonna toss confusion on him to make it easier on Randy because he just keeps running in there. I'm gonna try with the raise one time because I got it. Yeah, with the raise it makes him vulnerable and distracted. Breathe it up.
Makes my life easier. Just do the effect instead of having to die manually. This will let you end your turn. Irina.
Make it easier for you too, Irina.
Okay.
Just go dump one of them.
That damage is actually an 18. If it makes a difference, which I doubt.
Not really, he's already incapacitated, so down he goes.
Ooh.
Here on our shoulders.
Yep. Okay, that brings me to... Okay, that brings us to... Bert. I don't think they're going to live much longer to need the sound effects anymore.
Bert sees these guys over here to the right and is a little concerned.
I know you might be able to see them on the map, but technically... Actually, yeah, you're on the stairs. Yeah,
Yeah.
you would see them.
I saw them.
You would see them. They're on the they're hanging from the roof.
I did notice them hanging around.
Indeed.
Well, don't harp on about it.
Okay.
So if I were to fire my multi-arrow and drop it here, would you count that as hitting all 5 of those?
No, I wouldn't count it as hit. Oh, sorry. Yes, I see what you're saying. No, I wouldn't count it as hitting all 5. Yes, yeah, I would.
Back and
Very
forth.
decisive.
So I can target all 5 is what I'm hearing.
4.
4 is, well, 6 and 3, and then the 3 harpies.
I can
There's more than 3 harpies.
Oh yeah, go on then. It's in your arrow of effect. Yeah, go for it. There you go. I was just thinking the wall provides some cover for the ones around there, but of course, hang on. Where's the centre? There. No, actually, no. You see, this is where it gets interesting. That's going to hit all the harpies, but they won't hit the hill giants because there's a wall, isn't there?
But it doesn't expand from the center. It hits everything in that area. They magically appear to hit everything in that area.
Oh, in that case, you can't hit the harpies. They're inside a building. It has a roof.
Okay, they appear inside the building. It's magic. Come on.
Yeah, it depends on the trapping. So there you go.
If you give the harpies,
So it splits into when it raining down in a large blast template. Yeah, that my argument is you can't rain down through a building. Inside a building, yes, but if some are inside and some are outside, you can't. Do you know what I mean?
No, I hear you. I'm just trying to argue my way. Okay,
hang on,
never mind.
Bert, are you firing those arrows with your bow that makes it a heavy weapon?
I am.
So those arrows are going to hit the building multiple times, giving you multiple rolls to cause the building to get knocked down with your heavy weapon arrows and land on the harpies.
By the way, haven't your arrows been occasionally known to phase shift through solid objects?
That's a different effect.
That's a different power, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it is still a heavy weapon and can knock the building down on top of them.
I hate to break it to you, this building's been stood for thousands of years and was made by ancient Thessalonians as a reinforcement magic. You're going to have fun and games.
It's all you like. It ain't going anywhere, mate.
Basically, yeah. All I'm trying to say is, you can fire it there outside the building, which will hit the stone giants. Is what I'm trying to say. The hill giants. But the harpies are inside a building, and it's dark. Technically, you're not supposed to be able to see in there because it's dark. But I forgot to put the lighting in.
Bert's a half orc. Bert could see in there.
Yeah. Again, from angles, I'm not sure if you can see inside a building behind a wall, realistically speaking, when they're sort of off the ground. But yeah, anyway, you can hit the hill giants.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to shoot a hill giant 3.
Okay. Next turn, when they come out and beat the shit out of Rannick, you can, of course.
Right.
Next time I'll put the lighting on, and then you won't be able to see them just because they're there. That effect of being able to see them when you walk into the line of sight is useful, except for when they're meant to be concealed, so you're not supposed to be able to see them. Imagine this stealth's crap. Okay, that's a wound on the. Okay, that's another incapacitated hill giant. They're not going to live.
Maybe we heard them.
Maybe you did. Schnooks is up. Sorry, not the hill giant.
It's all good. Snooks is going to come darting up here and smack number 6.
Okay. Number 6 is still. Oh no, Snooks is not confused. Hang on. The way the table moves sometimes.
Snooks keeps getting statuses that he's not supposed to get all the time.
Well, that's because people do things that cause the combat tracker on my tie to shift just as I'm about to click and type in something, and I don't notice it's moved. He's got 7 bennies.
I was going to say, yeah, let's go ahead and use one of those.
Also, one of those was a hit because Snooks didn't get the gang up bonus from Arena.
Was it? Oh, it was.
Okay, so net effect is 1 hit.
Yeah, I'll take that.
And for that matter, it didn't get the +2 for the giant being confused either. So that 4 was a hit as well. They were both hits.
Okay, first one does no damage. Second one
also does no damage. Yeah.
Okay. Now he's up, and he's no longer confused.
So, apart from wondering where all his mates might have gone.
The GM's thoroughly confused, but he isn't.
I'm sure he knows where his mates went. They're lying on the floor bleeding out with Rannick standing with a bloody spear next to him.
Yeah.
Sweet.
At least he's at -2 to hit, though.
The only one who isn't hit is Amber.
That's because Amber's behind me. You'd have to hit me to hit Amber.
It's in the range. And Amber's really small, so that it just passes harmlessly over. Rannick is immune to the damage and takes none of it.
Amber's
Jels
inside
is
the little
wounded.
cave in my back, around about where my
How
kidney
did I
would be.
get wounded?
You're in the Ranger's sweep. You're on her back, I'm afraid. Schnooks takes 2 wounds, and what we got? And Rannick again, but that's okay. I did ignore that one. I lost track.
Oh,
Everyone's complaining.
By the way, I wanted to remind you because I've never used it before and I've had it. I have a little thing in my inventory. It's called the Amulet of Natural Armor. It gives me a +2 on my soak.
Yep. Okay. Let's have a look. Amulet of Natural Armor. Oh yeah, it says soak +2, so it should be adding +2 when you soak.
There you go.
+2.
It does automatically. Okay, because I got it equipped so it soaked me.
Yeah. So your Amulet of Natural Armor protects you from the damage. Arena was shaken by being rather rocky. Schnooks is obviously going to spend a penny to try and soak those 2 wounds. That's 1 wound. Do you want to does Schnooks want to spend another penny? He's got.
Yeah. We're getting close to the end, so yeah, let's go ahead and drop another one. Bummer.
Schnooks takes 2 wounds, I'm afraid. Hill Giant 6 is still confused, but he seems a bit happy by that.
Oh, never mind.
There we go. Put the music back. Okay. Now I'm going to basically Stunning Fist running with a Harpy Monk. This could be interesting. Okay. Mystic Powers. As a free action, she gets the Mystic Power.
Depends on which level of Mystic Powers they got, because monks have 2 levels.
I know, that's what I was just trying to work out. Just going to have a look.
But if they've got Mystic Powers at all, they're pretty powerful monks, so this is worrying.
Yeah. It was the only one who was not getting hit by the area of effect until I remembered. Oh, hang on, there's a roof in the way. But it's following key powers, boost fighting speed, all or something. Dedicated power points, activated 2 arrays. There we go. So I think we're going to obviously do smite, aren't we? So that's the obvious one for a monk. Smite with arrays gives +4 damage, and that takes 2 of power points.
Takes 6 power points with the raise.
Which I think.
Because it's smite and then 2 extra for the raise.
I wasn't paying attention to how much it does. Okay, so that's basically that. Block, brawler, counter attack, launcher. Yeah. Stunning Fist is. Yeah, Stunning Fist. So, Stunning Fist on Rannick.
Oh dear.
Well, she hits you, I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Doing full damage. But you are already vulnerable, so I'm going to distract you. With Stunning Fist. The next harpy stands in the back here and starts singing.
Oh dear.
It's a captivating song.
Need cheese! Need cheese!
Everybody gets to make a spirit roll. Oh, actually, I could be really cool about this.
I'm losing myself in all of that.
Okay.
Good God. Bollocks, 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 bollocks. I re-rolled and critical.
I've just realised I'm going to be so evil. Sorry. 10 to there. 8 inches gets her to there. Okay, that's where I'm going to be so evil. Because you see, what happens is she flies out. She's flying over the ground. And that's where she sings her captivating song. So anyone who fails must use the most direct path towards her. Anyone encountering a cliff or other hazard gets another spirit roll to end the effect before they basically throw themselves off a cliff trying to reach her.
Yeah, I went critical. I didn't just fail.
Yeah, I think you're in trouble. Okay, so, okay, did everyone made it?
You're fine.
Dondrad fails. Anyone who fails must move towards...
Succeeds on the Benny.
Oh, you succeed on the Benny. Okay, so basically it's only Irina who is captivated.
On the plus side, I've got Burrow automatically as an earth elemental, and I can meld into and out of the ground. So I've got a feeling I'm going to jump off and experience the earth, and then pop back up again, looking confused in a little bit.
Only if you make a spirit roll, otherwise you're so basically all you think about is reaching the person who's singing to you. The song is so beautiful, you just want to reach her.
How about that? Is that good enough to not be completely dead?
Depends. Well, yeah, I'll allow that. You're meant to do it.
I'm perfectly fine to end up right back at the bottom, buried in the ground, and have to come back up again.
Actually, it's rather funny. I like that. Okay, harpy number 2. Obviously, you don't move until your turn, because that means other people do get a chance to stop you or hold you or anything like that. Those who succeed in the spirit roll, those who succeed on the spirit roll are immune for the next 24 hours. You'll be happy to know. So this harpy is flying over here and is going to rake at Jelsa. She flies past Jelsa, missing, and then continue flying that way.
For God's sake, Jelsa, get off my back.
This harpy here is going to come flying out. 2 inches gets it to there. She's going to get to there. Then she's going to fly 9 inches to there. As she claws Bert as she flies by. Missing, and then gets to fly 3 more inches that way. And that's the round. New round, and Bert gets a joker!
Dooby-dooby-doo.
I was going to say, you have to do that, otherwise you are impaling yourself on your own arrows.
Well, yeah, I was trying to see if I could get all 3, but they're spread out just far enough that whatever.
Yeah. I need to make a note that number 3 is still singing a captivating song until it's Jelsa's action and realizes it's not working.
Oh, that's right. I want to try and stop the song. Change that. Because if I can knock her out of the air, then she's no longer singing.
Exactly. Good point.
It's like the Garfield cartoons. Everyone's a critic.
Okay, that's a hit with a raise and a hit with a raise. So I think they might be in trouble.
Oh.
They are flying, but that ain't going to do much, is it? Okay, harpy number 3 crashes to the ground, skewered to death.
Let's Benny that one.
It's a wound. It's a wound.
Is that enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Extras. Okay, Irina is no longer affected by the captivating song.
Huh? What?
As it cuts off abruptly, that brings us to Jelsa's Sparta tips.
Yeah, well, sitting there up here on Irina's
We skipped
shoulders.
Snookums.
I do apologise, Snookums.
Poor putty cat.
Benny?
Snooks remains safe.
Wow.
Do you want to spend a Benny?
Yeah, let's go ahead and spend a Benny. Let's see if we can handle this. Snooks is going to come over here and leap into the air and attack this harpy monk.
Go for it. Hang on, let me do the targeting. There we go. See if that makes any difference on the gang ups. There isn't any actually, is there, sir?
on that harpy monk. Rannick's in contact with it. But it's got block, so it ignores 1 point of Ganger.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
dear.
afraid the Harpy Monk parries your blocks. Attacks.
You said
think-
earlier on that it's got counterattack, didn't you?
I did.
I think we're going to spend 1 Benny on that.
Okie dokie.
Ah, there we go.
Worth it.
Ow!
Go Snooks!
2 hits, so I can't counterattack those. Yeah, it wasn't improved. It was only counterattack, so I can only counterattack one of the blocks. Okay, that's a wound from the first one, and the second one.
Good kitty.
2 wounds.
Neither of those gave me the raise, and one of them should have.
NPCs are broken on there. Oh look, I got a 2 and you got a 2. We'll take your 2, and the second one.
Only one of them was a raise.
Oh, only one of them was a raise. Okay, so obviously I have some bennies left. So I'm going to spend GM bennies to soak these. I don't soak the second one. I spend one of her bennies to soak it. No, net result is 1 wound. Well done.
Is she
Sorry.
incapped?
Back to Jelsa.
Is the Harpy Monk incapped?
No, she's a wild card.
Okay. Then I'm going to go back to doing. It's never sensitive enough to let me just, because I should be able to target those 2 and miss my own.
Debatable.
Well, you've climbed off, right? So just scooch over.
No, I haven't. I was gonna try to take the Harpy down, but you already did that. And I didn't even bother to get up because I trust Irina.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I concede from up there, yes. Especially as the Harpy Monks flying as well, so they're higher, elevated, so you can cast it over Schnookham's head. I'll give you that, so you don't need to spend the extra power point for selective.
Oh, I didn't target them, so that'll hit both of them with a raise.
Let's find out. Okay, the Harpy.
It wouldn't be against the parry, though, would it?
No. But it dodge a 9 against so it's not a hit. It's a hit on the Harpy Monk because the Harpy Monk has dodge, but it is a hit with a raise on the Hill Giant.
Yeah, that sounds a bit dodgy.
Okay, so did you apply the raise for? And I'll get the.
Yeah, I've done it. I've modified their defenses.
Oh, that's not good enough. Well, that's going to have to be good enough.
No. That's the hill. That's the problem. You see, the problem with the way Fantasy Grounds does things is you have to sort of either spend a Benny on the damage, or otherwise it doesn't actually treat you spending the Benny to reroll damage. So far, what you've done now is you failed to hurt the Harpy and you failed to hurt the Hill Giants. You've just spent a Benny, so that will basically let you reroll on the Harpy again now. The way Fantasy Grounds does things, I'm getting my head around it sometimes. Go for it. Just reroll for the.
No, I've got lots of bennies and the game's nearly. Yeah, it ain't happening. So. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Even you know what I mean. It doesn't matter which way around that turns. It's still not going to get both of them. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Rannick, sir.
Okay, well, let's start off with getting a little bit better at fighting. So Rannick's going to spin his spear around in a fancy weaving maneuver, sort of almost mocking the Harpy's monk fighting stance. Then he's going to. Clearly tokens are unlocked for some reason.
I must have clicked the wrong thing earlier.
Yeah.
Where were you? You were there.
Yeah. Then I'm going to run up here, kind of do a parkour kind of spring either side of the pillars, and then bring my spear down. And if I'm there, I should be able to sweep both the Harpy Monk and the Hill Giant without actually hitting any of my allies. So once I've moved,
I'm just trying to decide which earth elementals to make arena. I think that one's the best looking.
Well, thank you for thinking of my look. Very kind of you.
I think I might have hit with a raise.
What were you doing? Sweeping.
Yeah.
Okay, so you hit the
well,
Hill
I
Giant,
moved-
the Harpy Monk, and Schnookums.
I thought I should be out of range from where I was.
No, if you hover over yourself, Schnooks isn't out of range.
Well, that's why he moved back a little bit.
That's why I was trying to move. I was trying to be in that square. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough then. You don't hit Schnooks. I'll take it back. But you rolled the dice before you tried to move back a bit.
Did I? I'm sorry.
Roll for damage.
Right. Any of those vulnerable? The
Nope.
Hill Giant. The Hill Giant is because he's confused. Or at least the Hill Giant.
He isn't because the confusion doesn't last for more than one turn. It ran out.
Right. Okay. No
didn't
problem.
have a counter on it because I turned it off by mistake, didn't I?
Right. Well, I'm not going to depress everybody because that would just be really unfair.
Okay, the Harpy Monk takes a wound. Except it soaks it. The Hill Giant takes 3 wounds.
Well, I was going to Benny the damage on the Harpy Monk because it's a wild card and I wanted to do more than one wound.
I don't care. I'll have to give her a Benny back.
You give her a Benny back then.
Damn
Just
it.
drop it on
You're
her.
a kill stealer.
Don't forget to turn on the raised damage.
I wanted him.
1 wound.
I will give it one more go. Looks like 1 wound it is.
Which I soaked. So I'll spend my Benny and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's easier that way. Mr. Odon of the Drad.
Go there, we'll multi-action, we'll use Favour Power. We cast Healing on Snookums.
No.
Getting a raise, so he's instantly healed.
Snookums is completely healed.
And then we smash the Harpy Monk with a second action. And we Benny it because we can.
Please ignore these. These are just so that next week I've got full PowerPoint.
That's a hit.
On the Earth Elemental. Don't worry, that was me working something out, so you missed.
So I missed. Sorry, have I not got it targeted right?
No. Basically, I had the Harpy Monk flying, so I was curious if she's in range or not. So I targeted the Earth Elemental, which is 1 inch away, whereas the Harpy Monk counts as being. But it's only 1 inch up, so you're fine. That's all I was trying to work out.
Okay,
She's flying around Rannick's head, is what I'm trying to say.
We've got all these bennies. It'd be rude not to spend them at this point, wouldn't it?
It would indeed. Go for it. I'll let you explore this place next. There's not much to explore. You only meant to have.
This is not going to happen, is it?
The Harpy Monk's going to punch you back now because they've not counterattacked yet because Snook hit.
I know, and I've got to spend them on as a counter attack.
Okay, right. I now get to stunning fist, Mr. Dwarf.
I need to keep the last
As a
2 bennies for
counterattack.
power points. I need the bennies to soak. Oh god!
You take 3 wounds.
That was expensive.
Out
But
of
the
an
cat was
inch.
okay, so I'm fine. I'm happy.
You'll be all right, Bert.
Oh, hang on. Sorry. Statue. You have escaped the statues up here. The statue can't see you now. You're up on the steps.
And
And the multi-action
yeah.
won't apply either.
It's still going to be a 4. It's 1 wound at the 2, but it's 2. Let's drop the last Benny, see what happens. Right, it's going to be 2 wounds. That was the expensive round, wasn't it?
It was, as the monk just smacks you very hard. Obviously now, and then just moves over here.
But the puddy cat saved. It's okay.
Is Snooks shaken? Can Snooks have a go at it as it backs off then?
Snooks can, because obviously being healed removes shaken, doesn't it?
Yep.
Snooks go, oh, Birdie to play with, Birdie!
And she's shaken. Ha ha ha.
No shame.
But she used a Benny.
True, very true. I'll give you that. She did use a Benny. I am running out of Bennies, and I've also got too many windows open. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. That's what I needed. No, I don't. I've closed it, haven't I? I've closed the only one I didn't want to close.
Aw.
Okay. Powers. 5 power points. Okay. Plus 5 power points. She starts to be slightly blurred and shifting faster in her movements.
Here, stop that. It's bloody annoying. It's all right. I got a sweep. I can hit all of you.
Oh, you jammy so-and-so.
Do you mind?
However,
do you mind stopping with that tickling?
Stunning Fist. When a monk hits a target and scores a raise, she didn't. So you're okay. She doesn't have to damage, she just has to hit the raise. Harpy number 2 is going to fly back here and basically claw Bert's eyes out.
How rude.
Well, that's rude.
It is, isn't it?
Bert is unaffected by it. That brings us to Arena, the Earth Elemental.
Splat.
He has counterattack this round, so she can't attack again if anyone misses.
Well, I'm hoping I'm not going to miss because I'm getting pretty peeved. So, did that actually work? Yes, it did. Bear with me. Just spotting the windows. There we are. I am doing better than that. I am not having that.
That's a miss.
Really? Come on.
I
Wild attack with gang up and I'm still missing.
They've got block. That doesn't
she's
count.
got block, and she's got deflection up, and she's got block up. She's, you know what I mean, she's a monk. She's incredibly hard to hit.
Clearly. Oh well, I guess I did miss.
Luckily, though, she can't counterattack, so you're okay on that score.
Yeah.
That brings us to a new round with Bert giving bennies out everywhere.
Okay, well, she's right here in my face, so I'm going to pull out my, let's pull out my fire sword to attack her with. Not that I necessarily like the smell of burnt harpy, but you know.
I don't know. Smells like victory.
Smells
That's
like
a hit.
KFC, if you ask me.
I think I'm going to try that again. Try that again for the raise. Oh, come on. Give me a decent roll here. One more. Okay. Apparently I'm going to just hit. Oh, crying out loud.
That's better. One dead harpy. One
And
well
then
cooked
I will go
harpy.
ahead and step up the stairs just a little bit so that it's like all on flat terrain kind of thing.
Yep.
And then Snooks is going to jump up in the air and take down a harpy again.
Don't forget the gang up from both of us. Snooks doesn't seem to end up getting it, and he should.
We'll see. It'll be a +1 to the hit. So that's a 6 and an 8. The 8 becomes a 9, so the 9 doesn't. It becomes a 4 and a 7, so they both miss.
Wait, what?
No,
How
plus
did it
one
go
becomes
down?
a 6 and a 9.
It's wonderful. Hang on. Am I being stupid? Right. Deflect. Okay, so the five's going to miss, so we'll worry about the 4. The 4, you've got the Joker bonus, which gives you +2. The wild attack gives you +4. Straight rolls an actual 1. But it's -2 becomes 6. +1
Gang up from
equals
2
9.
people.
Gang up.
But yeah, that's it. No, gang up -1, so it's only +1, which is why it only becomes a 4. The net result is it's a 4 and a 7, as opposed to a 3 and a 6. If you look at the result, 3 and 6 becomes 4 and 7. Both miss.
Yes.
Well, did it give the gang up bonus though?
It didn't.
That's why I was manually adding on 1. Snooks has got 3 bennies left.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, because we don't want to get counterattacked. Oh, bother. Never mind.
So that becomes a 6 and a 6. Yeah, I'm afraid I'm going to counterattack you, aren't I?
Yeah, I know.
The harpy might hold off to counterattack somebody else. Like they might want to counterattack Rannick instead.
Yeah, but you're not going to miss.
Okay.
Actually, she gets to go before that, so she gets to hit you. Well, one thing she noticed is everyone seems to care about the cat. So if she hits the cat, then the dwarf might have to heal the cat again.
Also, if she hits the cat, that might really piss her off.
Yeah. Heal the cat, it'll piss me off. That's a wound on the Snooks, I'm afraid. Conrad.
He's obviously going to soak that.
Go for it. I'll let you roll. Go for it, please.
In the name of Gondrum, I accuse you of cheating.
Which he does soak. Yeah, Snooks is fine. Doesn't work.
I'm going to Benny it. Come on, flop. Well, that's a success.
That's already in effect. Okay, what are you dispelling?
Well, I don't think she should have deflection because that's just like cheating.
Okay, you dispel her deflection.
So the War of God's going to go, I have that offer.
Yep, you take away her deflection.
Thank you. That's rather nice from my perspective.
In fact, I'll move as well, just to add insult to injury. I'll move right there.
Go for it.
Leave the cat alone, bitch.
Okay, well that's a hit. A deflection cost her 5 power points. That's horrifying that you just went, go away. Oh! I'm not soaking that. Harpy's in a bad way. Oh, that's the end of her, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, let's try and finish her off then.
She's vulnerable. She's not vulnerable. Sorry, she's distracted. For a critic for a big. That be a hit.
It be.
That be the end of the harpy.
Yay.
Don't like them, says Rannick, putting his stamping his foot down on the harpy's face as he pulls the spear out of its chest.
And there was much rejoicing. Yay!
Yeah. Okay, for reaching the Stovall stairs and defeating the giants upon it.
Ooh.
You get your 12th
Here you go,
advance. You are now heroic.
Snookums chicken snack.
And that's where we should leave
So
it.
Snookums takes a sniff and and walks away.
Do you realise I've got to rebuild all of my attacks now?
I thought.
Oh,
Why?
dear.
Because you're heroic.
Because I've gained the Master Hunter edge,
Oh.
which gives me a bonus. It gives me an extra D6 damage against anything that I've got favoured enemy against.
Yes, and by the way, I've got the ability to switch off all magic items for everybody who's fighting me.
Oh wow! Well, there we go. Well, with the Heroes of Sandpoint reaching heroic status, we shall leave them there. And, so yeah, let me see. Saturday, 2 p.m. UK time. This is British Summer Time, so that's UTC +1. We're going to Alpha Complex too, because obviously happiness is mandatory when the computer is your friend. Otherwise, it's back to this on next Tuesday.
Yeah. I'll join you for Paranoia another time.
Okie dokie.